What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement. We're back here in the basement for another Knicks game tonight. The Knicks unfortunately have more injuries, more injuries, more
What's up,
injuries.
everybody? This is
And this is
John.
going to be awful. Awful. It's unbelievable, man. But the Knicks right now have no Hartenstein, no Brunson. It's insane. This is absolutely insane. No Hartenstein, no Brunson, no, and the usuals that have been out. No Randall, no, well, Robinson's been out forever. They don't have anybody. Here's our starting lineup tonight. Josh Hart at the small forward, Precious at the power, Sims at center, DiVincenzo at the two, and Deuce starting at the one. Deuce McBride. Let's see what they can do tonight. Maybe we'll pull out something we hadn't expected. We'll see. We'll see what they can do tonight, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. I'm still setting up here. I thought I was set up, but not totally. Getting ready for the tip-off right now. Again, Jericho Sims is starting. So it's going to be an interesting game tonight. Interesting game. I did not know these guys weren't playing, but whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll see what happens, right? What can you do? What can you do? So DiVincenzo, by the way, has been. DiVincenzo has been. He is the third. DiVincenzo is third in the league in 3 points made. So, I mean, we've got some players that are playing. We have a bunch of role players out there. Not one starter that has started the season is out there tonight. Not one that started the season. Hartenstein's had that problem with the Achilles. DiVincenzo for three. He hit it. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm trying to be his Knicks going for the shutout, 3-0. I'm trying to be positive here. The Pelicans at 34-24 coming in. And the good rebound. Come on, let's go, man. Look, our role players have a lot of heart, and they're not going to lay down. They're not going to lay down. Josh Hart up. Alley to Jericho Sims. I don't know if that was intended to be an alley or not, but that's what it turned into. Flex, first cellar dweller, and Ozzy in the basement. Mr. Moderator, Flex in the basement. What's going on, Flex? Good to see you back in here, brother. Gunner, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Gunner's in the basement. I know. Did I not call that, Gunner? Did I not call that? Just at the shrink will drop in after if you're still on. Okay, I'll be on for a couple hours here, man. Be on for a couple hours. Bruin, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Bruin's in the basement. So yeah, Gunner. Did I not say it when the Rangers won 10 straight? I said they're playing Columbus after that, and they'll probably lose. I tell you, all New York teams play down to their competition. Every single one of them plays down to their. Look at the Knicks yesterday. They had to find a way in the last 5 seconds to beat the 8-win Pistons. Now I know we have injuries and the whole thing, but let me tell you something. We almost lost to the 8-win Pistons. I'm like, of course, the Rangers lose to Columbus, snap a 10-game winning streak. I told you all that was going to happen. I told you that was going to happen. Sure enough, it did. And I saw it coming the whole game. They were flat. And there was no defense. No defense. Jonathan Quick made like 37 saves in that game, something like that. He faced over 41 shots. Faced 41 shots. And most of the time, most of these were wide open shots. The defense was nowhere to be found. Guys were skating around aimlessly, man. It was just, they went out looking like they expected to win. And oh, by the way, that's the second time we've lost in Columbus this season. We've lost to the Sharks. Bring us your doormats. We'll make them feel like winners for a day. It's what we do. I told you all that was going to happen. So don't be surprised if the Raiders could have gotten a franchise record with 11 straight wins. Now they're tied with the 72 team and the 1938 or 39, whatever it is, team for most wins at 10. They could have had 11. I told y'all they'll lose that game. I knew it. And now they get to play them again tomorrow, which I'll be on for, and watch them win that game. Watch, they'll win tomorrow. They'll beat Columbus tomorrow at the Garden, but I told y'all that was going to happen. I'm not even surprised. And again, the Knicks right behind to play the Pistons. Horrible team. And they had to hang on to win that one. Vincenzo Hart and Brunson, though, the Villanova connection, they scored over 70 points combined yesterday, just those three. But man, what can you do? 7-6 Knicks, 9 minutes left in the game. Oh, Bruin, I watched a lot of the stuff you put on, man. The Rangers and the preseason game against the national team. I wish they'd still do that, man. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun, man. A lot of action. I mean, come on, man. You got a pros playing against the national team, man. That's a lot of action in that, man. I see you put a whole bunch of other stuff in there today, man. Thanks. Keep doing that. I don't get to look at them right away, but eventually I do look at them all, man. I appreciate it, man. It's really cool stuff. I wish they would do that still, but now everything's about contracts and people getting injured, and I get it. I get it. But I mean, I wish they would still do that, man. A preseason game's a preseason game, right? Why don't you do it against these kind of teams? Team USA versus them, or the top college players play against a professional team. That would be fun, man, if they would still do that. But again, now everything's contracts. It's funny how the athletes are better today than they were then in all sports, but yet they're more cautious today than they were with guys that really just went out and did it all. Flex been super busy lately helping mates work on their off-road cars and going out filming for them on the last. That's awesome, man. You're out of the house doing stuff. That's cool, man. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, man. I've been busy with other stuff. That's why I haven't been on Twitch I haven't been on Twitch in like 2 weeks. It's fun, but I'm not like a super gamer, man. I get into it for a little while. I will, though. I will. For those that want to know, and Bruin, I know you like watching the baseball. I will be playing hockey and baseball when it comes back in March. I'm playing the entire Rangers season right now, and I'm playing the entire Yankee season, all 162 games. I will do most of those on Twitch. I will do most of those on Twitch. I love the baseball game. People are like, why don't you play to my player? I do that in NBA 2K. I don't do that. The baseball, I like doing the regular players. I want the real team, and I play the whole season. Come on, let's go. Josh Hart, good steal. Ten to 8 Knicks. Foul on Sims on Zion. Zion's just such a big dude, man. We're a big dude. I did. Bruin, what happened, man? I caught it from the middle of the second period on when the Bruins were up 2-0. How did they late in the game, they blew that game, man. Late in the game. Oh my gosh, that was a great game, Bruin. Now Vancouver went up as the overall #1 team. The Rangers and Bruins are right behind them, right? Wow, that was a crazy game, Bruin. A crazy game. Oh man, that's two heavyweights going at it. I love it. Hold on a second. The Laker game. Where did that come from? The Canucks game, Bruin. That was an amazing game. Did you watch it, Bruin? I hope you did. That's your team. Wow, the Boston from the middle of the second period, it was already 2-0, but it looked like they had the game, in control. But a 2-goal lead, really, against other great teams, isn't insurmountable. Flex, did you? Oh wait, no, that was Bruin. Flex, how's everything going with you, Jay? Everything's going good, man. Everybody's well. Rock's well. Kids are well. Rocco's right here, kind of quiet. He was asleep. And just as the game came on, he woke up. So you guys know how that goes. Gunner, 14 overtime shutout losses. Boston, yeah. Oh, man. Boston needs to learn to win an OT or so. Yeah, that's their 1 week area, man. Once that game got tied, what is up with that? What is up with that? When you get to overtime and you can't put it away. Can't put it away, but that was it's still much needed points because they're going for the President's Trophy. Both teams are going for the President's Trophy. Texas, man, what's going on? Texas, long time. I know I haven't been on either that often, but I've been on most of the week. I was going to come on last night, but I figured, and I shouldn't have figured, the Knicks are going to beat the Pistons. I was doing other things, so I figured last night was a good night to do that. And I watched the game on and off, and then I watched them like almost lose, like the Rangers, No, excuse me. The Rangers did lose. The Knicks almost lost. Yep. Yeah, Bruin saw the game. Man, that was a great game, Bruin. That was one of the better hockey games I've seen in a while. Did you guys see our guy Rempe? He finally took on the wrong guy. If you have not seen it, YouTube Matt Rempe versus Matteo Olivier. If you didn't see Rempe get a welcome to the NHL beatdown, watch it. It starts out good, but Olivier is 6 inches shorter. 6 inches shorter than Rempe, but far more experienced in NHL fights. He just stepped in and banged Rempe over and over in his jaw and his nose. Rempe's helmet went off, and then he knocked him down. He knocked him to the ice. I am a diehard Ranger fan. I make no excuses. It was bound to happen. Rempe's getting in everybody's face. He's laying people out. He's a big kid at 6'8", 245 or whatever he is weight-wise. He's around there. Dude, he got his welcome to the NHL moment because Olivier went right at him, and he wouldn't quit. He got inside and just kept laying it on him, man. And he got knocked down. He fell down like a tree. McBride shot blocked, 10-10, 6:20 left in the first quarter. So far, so good. We're hanging in. I mean, the Knicks got a lot of heart. These guys aren't going to lie down. These role players are definitely not going to lie down. But the Pelicans are a really good team, man. I'd be very surprised if the Knicks won this, but we'll see. I'm telling you, they have no quitting them. Henry, another cellar dweller accounted for. Henry's back in the saddle. And no, Henry, I have not seen Miracle yet, but I know you're going to ask me. I have not seen it. I will see it one day. Come on, McBride, get down there. No. Oh, they tried for an alley to Brandon Ingram, but it didn't land. Come on. Stay on him, Sims. Stay on him. Jericho Sims is getting a lot of important playing time lately, and he's been doing pretty well. Good block. Jericho blocked him, man. Blocked Ingram. Great block. DiVincenzo. If you didn't hear me before, DiVincenzo is third in the NBA in 3 points made. He's really stepped up since Randall's been out. He's really stepped up. Oh, no, Ingram got hurt, I think, for the Pelicans. He got blocked by Sims, and when Ingram landed, it looked like his ankle rolled a little bit to the side. Henry, ready for New York Yankees with Soto? Yes, we may only have him for 1 year, but we're ready for him, man. I mean, how can you not be excited about having Soto? The thing I hate about the sports media lately, and I mean lately, and I don't mean just against my team, it's just, we talked about this the other day. I'm tired of hearing about Blake Snell. Hey, the Yankees are going to get Blake Snell unless they don't. Dylan Cease. So the Yankees are going to make a huge trade for Dylan Cease unless they don't. And Juan Soto, they're already asking him about, is he going to extend with the Yankees? He's already said he's not talking about that right now. That doesn't mean he wants to talk about it tomorrow. He doesn't want to talk about it right now, meaning we'll visit that at the end of the season. Like, they keep hounding away at that. And every article is about how the Yankees need to win the World Series. This season, they have to do it. We've been saying that for, since 2009. This is nothing new. Should have been there already. We should have at least made the World Series. Think about the teams since Since 2017, let's just start there when the year the Astros cheated. And that's not what this is about. I'm over that already. The Yankees fell short that year. The Red Sox, the Astros, and the Rays, for the most part, have been the teams that have been competitive consistently during those times. Those three have won World Series, or Tampa at least made the World Series. The Yankees didn't even do that. We didn't even make a World Series. So talking about Juan Soto coming along, yeah, we got to make the World Series, but we still have pitching. Rodon has to come around. Rodon has to come around. I'm sure he'll be better than he was last season because he was injured. He came off an injury. I don't know what happened. It was a merry-go-round on the bases. When he pitched, it was a freaking merry-go-round, right? I mean, he was barely three batters into the inning, and there's guys already on base. I mean, barely three pitches in. Guys are smacking. Even the outs were loud. You got Marcus Stroman, great pickup. I like the Marcus Stroman pickup. I think he's going to be a lot like Jonathan Quick, meaning he's playing for his childhood favorite team. It goes a long way. Look at Jonathan Quick is reborn on the Rangers. Reborn. I think the same will happen for Marcus Stroman. Nestor Cortez coming off an injury. We're hoping that he looks like he did in 2022 when he was an all-star. They're still going over the injury with Ingram. The game hasn't picked up yet. Oh, now it has. So Cortez, we're hoping as our fourth starter, we'll get back into as an all-star form in 2022. Clark Schmidt is our fifth starter, and I've said it before on here. I don't like it. He's a bullpen guy, and I'm not even big on him coming out of the bullpen. But he's a bullpen guy. He's not a starter. I don't like him as a starter, and I hope you guys can tell me, hey, John, remember when you said you didn't like Clark Schmidt as a starter? Look what he's doing now. I hope you all can tell me I was wrong. In this regard, I would have rather kept Domingo Germán than have Clark Schmidt starting. That's my opinion, and I will stick with it. Pelicans up 15-12, 4:25 left in the first quarter. Precious Achiuwa driving the lane. Precious gets it in and a foul. Oh, no. What, he travel? Oh, he may have traveled. Sorry, guys. My bad. It went in, and then he turned around and started walking. It looked like he was walking to the free throw line, but it looks like the Knicks traveled. All right, take that back. We're in the basement. That's what happens. Right, Rocco? Right. All right, that one's good, too. 17-12. Pelicans, just under 4 minutes. Texas. Where did you go? Oh, there you are. Texas, yeah, go on live whenever you want. We'll watch. I appreciate it, guys. I know I've been sporadic, man. You guys know I've told you guys I have some health issues that have held me back from time to time. So when it kicks in, it's hard for me to come on. Anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging in because it's just fans speaking to fans on here. I always say that. It's fans speaking to fans. I appreciate it. I don't have the biggest channel, but I have the greatest guys in here because we all come in here. It's like we're all meeting up and when I used to drink, it's just like me sitting at a bar talking to the guys around the bar when I used to drink. And man, did I drink. So and I still blame the New York Jets for all of that and partially the Knicks too. But that's what this is here in the basement to me, man. This is what this is. We got a good crowd in here. You guys all know each other. You all break balls and it's fun. And we have the fly-by-nighters that occasionally come by. Who can remember? Speaking of that, I was just talking about this with Lou. Who was the guy? Remember when the Titans were playing the Bills on opening night a couple years ago? Yeah, actually, it was a couple years ago. Who was the guy right before that, the week of that game, that was saying the Titans are going to smash the Bills? He came in. He was so arrogant. He was so arrogant how the Titans, and they didn't beat. They got destroyed. What was his name? Bruin or Gunner? You guys, Henry, you might have been there too. We could not remember the guy's name. But he came in talking a lot of smack, as much as that kid Jerry did at that Viking fan that we shut down very fast. What was that guy's name? He came in and he talked smack. He was talking trash about the Bills, and he was talking smack how the Titans were going to crush them on that opening Thursday night game of 20. Geez, that would have been 2022, right? Yeah, that would have been 2022. Do you guys remember? I thought it was like Alberto or something like that. It was just funny because we were talking about all the fly-by-nighters that come through here. Uh, anyway, the Knicks are now down 23-15. This is going to be a tough call tonight, man. It's going to be a tough call. I mean, Pelicans are missing C.J. McCollum, and then now Ingram has left the game with maybe a rolled ankle. I don't know. He went to the locker room. Let's just hope the Knicks stay in the game. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful dish from McBride to Achua. Bangs it home. 23-17 now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Zion easily goes past Jericho Sims, but misses the layup. So we get it back. Bogdanovic. That was another great pickup. Another great pickup. And by the way, last night, Grimes, the guy we traded away, he did a lot in that fourth quarter. I think he had 12 or 14 points for the Pistons in that fourth quarter. Now, he got cheered at Madison Square Garden, and when Evan Fournier came on, he got booed right behind it. So it was kind of funny. But talking about poetic justice, can you imagine if Grimes was the reason that the Pistons beat us? Wow. I still think it was a decent trade. Bringing Alec Burks back and Bogdanovic. Giving up on Grimes early, maybe just didn't fit in the Tibbs system. I don't know, but I thought Grimes played great defense, had a lot of potential on offense, but Nixon, I don't know. What can I say? Henry, I heard that. I must have missed some. I missed some guys. Who asked about Rodgers? I see Rodgers at the very top, and I can't scroll back up for whatever reason. And you guys know I haven't made a mistake in a while, but man, if I try to find, I'm working off the laptop tonight on the chat because I had BTDs on here today. So anyway, somebody asked me something about Aaron Rodgers. Say it again because I only see the bottom part. Help Rodgers, bro, but I don't see what it says above that. Henry, I heard the Mets offered him $500 million to $700 million for Soto. Apparently, the Mets are going to make a big run at Soto, but you know what's going to happen? Let me tell you what's going to happen. Hold on, the first quarter's almost over. I'll tell you when the quarter's over. I'll give you my opinion on that. I got a lot to say on that one. 35 seconds left in the quarter. Bogdanovic just lost the ball, went out of bounds, so he turned it over to the Pelicans. Come on, Knicks. Come on. Squeeze out a win. Squeeze out a win. Find a way to win. They're playing. Can you imagine how deep this Knicks team would be if we had our starters in here? If we had Mitchell in there, Hartenstein is the back, the bench center, Randall, I just said Mitchell. Hold on, I'm half paying attention. Come on, McBride, come on. Bogdanovic for three. I missed. He doesn't usually miss the wide open ones. Come on. Gets it back, misses the mid-range jumper. There we go, into the first quarter. Anyway, let me go back to the Soto thing. Henry, heard the Mets offered him $500 to $700 million for Soto. They're talking about that's going to be the problem for the Yankees next season when they go for Soto. They take Soto. Rizzo now is probably done after this season also with the Yankees. So if they take Soto, guess what? We'll take Alonso. I'll take Pete Alonso on the Mets. Is he better than Soto? No. Is he an amazing batter? Yes. Is he a decent first baseman? Yes. I'll take Pete Alonso on the Yankees. I will take Pete Alonso in his batting order all day because Rizzo is 35 years old now, going to be 36 during the season maybe. I love Anthony Rizzo, but I'll take Pete Alonso over him right now, and you guys would too. So I think there might be some flip-flopping of teams. And just a little note here, speaking of the Mets, I wish Luis Severino, I hope he has a big year. I do not hate the Mets. The only New York team I hate is who? You guys know. The Islanders. I never, ever in life will go for the Islanders. That's because they're like the Red Sox to the Yankees. The Islanders are in the same division. I grew up a Ranger fan. I've always hated the Islanders, and the Islander fans always hate the Rangers, but who cares about them anyway? Except Rick the Ninja, we love you. So, I go for the Mets. The Mets have nothing to do with the Yankees outside of a couple times during the season. And really, unless they make the World Series, and we already know what happened there. I went for David Wright. I wish David Wright would have gotten a ring back in 2014 when they lost to the Royals. But yeah, I hope Severino has a huge season for them. I hope he bounces back. I really am pulling for Luis Severino. I really am. I really hope he does well. I understand why we gave him up. I just hope he has a big season for them. I'm worried about our starting pitching, Johnny. Yeah, me too. I just went over the whole starting pitching. Went over just went over the whole starting pitching, man. Yeah, Rodon sucks, but we're hoping for a bounce back season. I'm going to give him the injury pass. But that's what we did with Frankie Montas. Remember that? We gave him the injury pass. He just came off being injured with the A's. Some guys just can't pitch in New York. Like people like ripping the Yankees. How'd you guys get rid of Jacob Montgomery? Well, okay, he pitched great there, but if he comes back here, can he pitch under the pressure in New York? Or Boston, or Philly? These fans are all, you can love or hate the teams, doesn't matter. The fans are just like us. If you are not pulling your weight, they will boo you out of the stadium. Boston, ask Carl Crawford how what his time was like playing for the Red Sox. Pablo Sandoval, ask him what his time was like playing for the Red Sox. They booed him out of the stadium. Some guys can't play under this kind of pressure. Joey Gallo came over here. Come on. They brought him over because they thought he'd be great with that short porch in right field. He was horrible. What did we do? We booed him. It happened. You would think Randy Johnson sucked on the Yankees. If you look at his numbers, he didn't. He just had a hard time here in precious situations. Anyway, I'm worried too, Henry. I'm worried too. Cortez pan in the flash while I'm worried about our starting pitch. Isn't it flash in the pan, Henry? You said pan in the flash. Isn't it flash in the pan? But we're in a basement, so that's okay. Gunner, I remember him, but forgot his name. I think it was Bruin Alejandro. Yeah, I thought it was Alberto. Or Alejandro actually sounds more like it. Yeah, remember that? He came in talking all that smack and never came back. Never came back around. And they got I think he did come back during that game. And we did jump on him. We were just talking about the people that the fly-by-nighters that come by and they talk crap when they know their team's going to win. He was one that did it beforehand. But talk during the game. If you got to eat your words, you got to eat your words. That's what being a fan's all about. But why wait till you win and then talk? That's lame. You win and then you talk. That is lame. Who is it? Mark the Mets fan? I think his name is Mark the Mets fan. He did that. He jumped in here. Remember the game that Max Scherzer shut down the Yankees a couple of years ago? We didn't win. They lost 2-0 or whatever it was. Max Scherzer, wow. Aaron Judge did nothing. Well, it's Max Scherzer, man. I mean, like, it's not like he didn't get hit against a bum. I mean, no, I know the next time they met it, Judge hit a homer off him, but just for the sake of the argument for that game, well, it's like, well, who couldn't he hit? Max Scherzer. He's a Hall of Fame pitcher. That's some scrub that just came up from AAA. Not some rookie that, has a 5 ERA, couldn't get a hit off him. I mean, that's a weird but he came in when the Mets won at the end of the game. He was in when they were winning during the next game, and then the Yankees came back, started winning, he disappeared. It's like, guys, if you're going to talk, stay in here and talk the whole time. I talk a lot of crap, and I've eaten some words. I mean, what are you going to do? I'm a 4 decades Jet fan. How smart could I be? Henry, he was nuts. You remember him, Henry? I thought you were around for that. Manav, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Manav's in the basement. What's up, Manav? Manav's making the big trip to New York, Long Island, Eisenhower Park to see. Manav, correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be. Is it India? Nice lay-in by Bogdanovich. We're hanging in there. 27-25 Pelicans. Scratch that. 27-23. Manav, is India playing Pakistan in New York in June, is it? Brandon Ingram's back. So I guess he didn't roll his ankle that badly. Not only is he back, he drove right through Josh Hart and Sims, banged it down, and gets fouled. All right, so it looks like his ankle's okay. Henry said Jets need to draft help for Rodgers. Oh, yeah, they do. There's no doubt. They need an offensive line. What sucks is they may lose Bryce Huff, our great edge rusher. Bryce Huff. His pressures on quarterback sacks, everything is amazing. And you know what? He is not high of the Jets defense is not high of importance during the draft or free agency right now. They're not. They're just not. Their defense is not the problem. The offensive line is the problem, and we need another wide receiver. Garrett Wilson, to his credit, hold on, three-pointer up. He missed it. Get that. Josh Hart on the read. Josh Hart is all over the court, man. That guy is 110 miles an hour at all times. McBride for three. Oh, he missed. Come on, Deuce. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, we need an offensive line. Garrett Wilson, that's what I was talking about. To his credit, Garrett Wilson had 1,100 yards receiving. The second year in a row, he got over 1,000 yards receiving with 4 different quarterbacks and a crappy offensive line. What is he going to do with a real offensive line and Aaron Rodgers and another receiver? He had 1,100 yards. And by the way, there's McCall Hardman talking smack about, oh, I'll never play. You just win the Super Bowl and your first concern is the Jets? That's your first concern? Oh, you know, we couldn't catch passes over there. No, really, Garrett Wilson had 1,100 yards. I know there's some gripes and maybe there's some are legitimate, but honestly, what did McCall Hardman do in the Super Bowl? He was wide open, caught a pass, and walked in the end zone. It's not like he pulled a Santonio Holmes in the corner of the end zone, tippy-toeing touchdown. He was wide open and happened to be the game-winning touchdown. And the first thought is knocking what he didn't do on the Jets. That's your first thought? And they're a horrible organization, and whatever they're saying, and then Kelsey hopped on. It's like, listen, guys, Garrett Wilson found a way to get 1,100 yards receiving. Now, if you want to knock the Jets and the organization and hack it and play calling, I'm with you on that. But that's your first. You didn't make some amazing catch. It was wide open, and you walked in the end zone. You just won the Super Bowl. You got off a team that wasn't going to the playoffs, and your first thought is not the Super Bowl victory, but the Jets. By the way, to Hardman, who got rid of you first? Kansas City. Why did they get rid of you to begin with? Ever think about that? You went back to the team that got rid of you for a reason. What was the reason they got rid of you? Why were you gone in the first place? Congratulations that you're a professional wide receiver that can catch passes when you're wide open. I mean, who cares, man? And knocking the Jets, whoop-de-doo. Everybody knocks the Jets. So what? That was weird. It was just weird to me. Yeah, I'm worried about it too. But Henry, they have the offensive line has to be priority numero uno. Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, you land one of them, great. I know the GMs are saying they're not trading them. Who cares? We'll see. Some trades work. I mean, we'll see what happens with that. But they definitely need offensive line more than anything else is what they need. Gunner, he came back, but he didn't want to respect the rules. Yeah, I mean, my rules are simple. I don't want any cursing. No, you guys talk trash to each other. It's all in fun in here, fine. But when it gets rude and angry and cursing, no, we don't do that in here. Do I curse in my everyday life? Not often anymore, but occasionally. But I don't want that in here. It's not what this is about. We get jackasses that come through here and do that. We've all gotten on them before, like that guy Jerry with the Minnesota Vikings come in here and boom, boom, boom. Okay, we got a 3-touchdown lead. Now we're going to talk. The Jets almost came back. And why didn't we come back? That's the Mike White game. We almost came back. Braxton Berrios was our choice of all people. Braxton Berrios to catch the game-winning touchdown. Hit him right. Sorry, Mike. Sorry that Mike White hit you right in the hands in the end zone and you dropped it. Henry, I completely agree, Johnny, on Pete. Yeah. Listen, if we lose Juan Soto, who I would take over Alonso, man, Pete Alonso's not a bad consolation prize, man. That dude has more home runs than anybody in the league since 2019 when he came out. More than anybody. Yeah, I'll take Pete Alonso on my team. Sure. Gunner, he came back, but I read that. Bruin, it was hilarious when you guys jumped all over Alberto. Oh, yeah, well, listen, man, that's what we do. You got to talk the smack, man. You got to eat it, man. He didn't want to eat it. He's like, oh, you guys, and you're a Jet fan. It's like, dude, me being a Jet fan has nothing to do with the smash talk you had against the Bills. The topic is the Bills, not the Jets. The Jets had nothing to do with this. So you want to rip on me or I remember all that. You guys, you're just kissing the Bills fans' ass. What are you talking about? I said the Bills would win because it was obvious that the Bills were a far better team than the Titans. That's just being smart. I mean, give me a break, man. What do you think? I take the Jets every week because I'm a fan of them? No, I don't do that. I definitely don't take the Jets over everybody every week. That guy was a dummy. And he comes in here and we're great because everybody here is educated fans. All you guys are educated fans. You're not casual fans. You guys know what you're talking about. So it's great when you guys get on people in here because a lot of casual fans come through here with what they think is some devastating statement, and we always have answers for them. So it's funny. It's just funny when it happens. Because I remember that very well. He turned it on me that I was a Jet fan. That has nothing to do with your Titans were going to crush the Bills. They got smacked. What was that game like? 38-10 or something like that. I know it was a blowout and it was a bad one, right, Rocco? Here's Rocco. Everybody, he's trying to go to sleep. He's got his arthritis medication. They're pain meds that help him go to sleep without the pain. But he's doing okay overall. But he's fighting sleep. He's fighting sleep right now. But he's got his Knicks jersey on. He's happy and ready to go. We're all ready. 35-28 right now, 7:40 left in the second quarter. And DiVincenzo for three, missed it. Oh, this is no good, guys. We can't miss anything tonight. Nothing. Nothing. No one's allowed to miss any shots. Bond, another cellar dweller in Ozzy available. Accounted for in the base. What's going on, Bond? March 7th, almost here. Sydney and Melbourne, almost here. Almost here. But I care more about Brisbane and Carlton on March 8th. You guys know my reviews come after the game's over. I don't look at the tipping. I don't look at any news, anything. I get up when I wake up. I turn on the Watch AFL app and I watch the game. Then I do a review on it. I wish I could do those games live, man, but I told you guys, 2 in the morning here, 3 in the morning, 1 in the morning. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Everybody's sleeping. Bogdanovich going to the line. We're only down 7. He should hit both of these shots. He should. And he did. There's the first one. Come on, man. This will bring us within 5. Knicks are playing, man. Again, we're basically playing with our bench guys. Our bench guys are our starters today. Except for Vincenzo. He's a starter. But I'm talking about starting for the beginning of the season. None of those guys are in. Remember, Grimes was the starter for the first 18 or 20 games. Bruin, I'd worry more about the turf than the Jets. Yeah, the turf sucks, man. So apparently Woody Johnson and Steve Tisch, everybody hears about John Mara. People forget that Steve Tisch is also part owner of the team. They're talking about putting grass down for these games. There's a brilliant idea. Put some grass down. Rodgers getting hurt like that really crushed us, man. And then not having, listen, Hackett's true colors were shown, man. That guy is a horrendous play caller. Horrendous. All right. Give the ball to Brees. That doesn't work. Get it to Garrett. And if it's 3rd and 17, we're going to throw a 1-yard pass to Garrett, and we hope that he just, somehow gets the next 16 yards. 1st and 10, Brees Hall up the middle. Now, Brees had a great year behind that horrendous line. He had 994 yards, finishing with 178 against the Patriots in the last game of the year. That was great because I remember a lot of Patriot fans that I know, family and friends, that told me Brees Hall was a terrible pick out of Iowa State. I remember it. They told me that. We know you guys should have never taken Brees Hall. He's not going to make it in the NFL. They also told me that Sauce Gardner was another one that was just the wrong pick. That's why Texas didn't take him. Oh, well, we see how that's worked out. Anyway, So anyway, that was Hackett's play calling. 1st and 10 was always Brees Hall up the middle. Always. Doesn't matter if we're down by 20. That's what we're calling. If that doesn't work, screen pass to Garrett Wilson. And if that doesn't work, we take a sack, fumble, or throw an interception. So, and I don't blame it all on Zach. It's too easy to blame everything on Zach. I think Zach, under the right coaching, is going to be fine in this league. You watch. He showed some signs this year that if he had a real offensive coordinator, real quarterbacks coach, he might have done something. Beautiful. Alec Burks with the steal and a bucket. 35-32. Pelicans, 5:40 left in the first half, and the Knicks are in this game. We have 4 steals. Very much in this game. Zion with the ball. I wish the Knicks somehow could have got him, man. I know he gets hurt a lot, but man, is he fun to watch. Gunner, I curse when hanging around my friends, but I will always try and avoid it with my mom. Yeah, well, yeah, dude, avoid it with your mom, Gunner. That's a good idea. Occasionally, I'll let one slip, but I always apologize to her when I do. Yeah, it's usually good to not do that around your mom, man. You know, that's good, Gunner. Bruin, I try not to cuss when I'm around people myself. You know what I do my most is when I'm watching my teams, the Rangers, Knicks, Yankees, Jets. It all comes out during, but I don't, when I do it on here, I don't do it. I'm very good at not doing it. Achua with a nice dunk, nice pass from Bogdanovich to Achua was a throw-in, by the way. He was a throw-in on the Anunoby trade. That's the other guy we need back. I was telling you, you guys know I go from one thought to the other in inside of a second. Mitchell and Anunoby and Randall, those are 3 big missing pieces. Hartenstein has been great in Robinson's absence. Anunoby and Randall are sorely missed, man. But anyway, Precious Achua was a throw-in in that trade. A throw-in. And this guy has been playing. Right, Rocco? Go to sleep, man. Stop fighting it. Stop fighting sleep, dude. GB, another Aussie and cellar dweller accounted for. GB, good day, Johnny and Rock and the sleeping dogs. I wish you was up to the sleeping part. Good day to all dungeon dwellers. Can't stay ready for work. Just here to give JB the thumbs up. Thank you, GB. Much appreciated as always. Footy, a week away, 1 week away from the footy, man. We're ready. We're ready. Bruin, yeah, I coach when watching my teams at gaming. Oh, yeah, gaming. I do that too. I do that too when I take the baseball game very seriously. I've been playing full seasons with the Yankees, and I did occasionally do some with the Mets, believe it or not. I've been playing that game for over 15 or 16 years. My son could tell you, because back when we had an apartment, the game was in his room, and he would still wasn't up for school yet, and I was in there on the floor playing the baseball game and flipping out. I take that game really seriously, man, because that's the one game I can tell you I'm pretty good at. I'm actually really good at it. But hockey, I'm doing right now. I'm 7-4 with the Rangers. I haven't played that game overall in a long time, so I'm coming around on it. But there's times I get really angry at that game. I'll be up 4-0, and then all of a sudden, in the third period, no matter what team I'm playing, all of a sudden becomes the greatest team on the planet. You can't check them. They deke you on every play, and it's just Sturkin turns into the worst goalie in the game. How did I give up 5 goals in the third period when I was up 4-0? Easily, steadily up a solid 4-0, and then magically I give up 5 goals in the last 11 minutes of the third. I should have been on Twitch for that. I was really irritated. Yeah, 16 years. Baseball is the game I love it more than Madden or NBA or hockey. I love it. As sports games, that is my favorite. I don't know why. I love the whole strategy behind it. Should I take pitches out or not? Or should I trust my bullpen? And I'm telling you, I love that game. I just love it. And I played a couple of seasons with the Mets. when they've had decent teams. I've done pretty well. I've never won the World Series. That's the one thing with me. If I don't win the World Series or if I don't make it, I don't cheese. I don't be like, well, I can't lose game 6 because I got to just replay the game. I don't do that. If I don't make it, I don't make it. And I just wait. I'll start a season with somebody else. I'm serious. I don't. I take it that serious. If I lose, I lose, and that's it. And I don't win I don't win every year in the World Series. I've lost with the Yankees in the playoffs. I've lost with the Mets in the playoffs. I have never not made the playoffs. That has never happened. I've come close a couple times years ago, but I've never not made the playoffs. I've always made the playoffs. But I've lost. I played with the Mets when they had DeGrom and Syndergaard and Matt Harvey. Remember Matt Harvey when he was actually a good pitcher? They had a really good team. That Mets team was really good. They had David Wright. They had quite a few good players on that team. A couple of years ago, I played with, when they first got Lindor, I played with them. I said, I got some Mets jerseys. I grew up, like, I loved the Darryl Strawberry and Dwight Gooden when they came out. I have an old school Strawberry and a Piazza as well. I have those. And I don't mind. I wear them. That Strawberry one, remember the Mets, the pullover one, not button, the pullover one from the 80s with the yellow, with the Knicks colors, the orange and the blue and the white. That one I have, that Strawberry pullover one. That's a real nice one. Bruin, I only have like 1 or 2 years of experience with baseball games. They're addictive, man, but like I said, I don't like doing them my career. And I have family that does it. They love it, and I get it because I love doing my career in the NBA. But baseball, I got to play the regular teams in the season. I'll tell you, well, Bruin, you watched me play a couple of times. You seen it? Yeah, that's right. You saw me hit that homer with Anthony Rizzo. That thing was gone. I would launch that one. And that was the game I barely won. I think I won that 2-1 because of that home run. I mean, I think you were watching that one. What's funny was hold on. I was losing Nola. Nola was pitching for the Phillies against me in a World Series. And it was 1-0 forever. I just could not hit him. That happens. Could not hit him. Harrison Beta gets on base. And by the way, if a player starts with my team, I don't care if they trade him. I don't do that. If you started on my team, you're staying on my team for the whole season. I'm not trading you just because the real team traded you or released you or whatever. Harrison Beta was a very good player for me. Anyway, he got on base. I was down 1-0 in the 8th inning. Of all people, hit a 2-run home run? DJ. I had 7 home runs on him the whole season. He hit the 2-run homer. I ended up winning the game 2-1. That wasn't a game. I mean, I had to play a whole nother inning, but he hit a 2-run homer in the 8th of all people. That was crazy. That was one of the craziest games because he hit it. I was like, no way. Is that leaving the park? All right, 41-37 Pelicans. Vincenzo on the rebound. Come on. Knicks bringing it up. Burks back to Hart. Over to Bogdanovich. Almost went for 3, but dumps it into Hart underneath. Great distribution of the ball. Great ball movement on that. 41-39 Pelicans. The Knicks are playing. The Knicks are playing. 241. Did I just say that? One second, guys. 1 second. Sorry, guys. You already know how this works. I am doing the Rangers Columbus game tomorrow night. Now we'll easily beat them. Now that we got that street thing out of the way, now we'll easily beat them. You what? You watch. Now we'll easily beat them. I want to see if Rempe gets in a fight with Olivier again. Now this kid Rempe, how many punches can you take to the head every day? He's been in 4 games and he's taken some serious bombs to his face. I'm saying he won most of his fights until Olivier welcomed him to the NHL against on Columbus the other night. But How many bombs can you take to the face like that? The problem is when you come out like a Rempe came out and you're banging guys and you're a big dude and you're knocking people in the face and breaking noses like you did to Bastain on the Devils, getting in fights against the Islanders and then fighting against the Flyers and you are putting your weight on people and you're pounding on people. You are attracting attention from all the NHL enforcers, all the tough guys. You are putting up a flag as a rookie saying, I'm the toughest dude out here. I'm the tough guy. That puts up a flag, and a guy like Olivier comes along and lets you know exactly where you stand. That's the problem. Now, every enforcer out there is going to want to fight him. They're going to want a piece of that kid. Edstrom, I said this the other night, Edstrom is also 6'7". He wants to play hockey. No one comes at him because he doesn't push his weight around like that. He doesn't come out Hanson Brothers style. I'm not saying Rempe's wrong. I'm just saying you're coming out and you want that test, just like the real world. You're going to get tested, man. You're going to get tested now. Now you've put that flag out there that I'm a tough guy. I want to be an NHL enforcer. Now you're going to get challenged. And one day he might be doing it to the young guy in the league too, but right now that's him. He put a target on himself. I just want to know, man, he's going to get concussions sooner or later, man, because he is taking some bombs to the face, man, and the head. I mean, bomb shots. Trouba, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Trouba's in the basement. Trouba, no Brunson, no Hartenstein, no anybody else. And the Knicks are hanging in there. We're down 45-41. Our role players are playing. Tony, another cellar dweller accounted for. Another Ozzy in the base. What's going on, Tony? What's happening, man? Well, a lot happening. I just found out before I started the game that Brunson and Hartenstein weren't playing, but it doesn't matter. We are still hanging in there. Bond, can't wait for the footy season. Me and a few of the Aussie boys are going to the Bombers versus Hawks game. Round one. That is awesome. I love that you guys have all collabed together and gotten to go to these games together. That's really awesome, man. Love it. I really love it, man. Gunner, I haven't played any sports games in a while, excluding Wii. Is that Wii? Wii Sports, I haven't heard about Wii in a long time. Wow. And the original PlayStation. Holy crap. You know what original was for me? Atari 2600. The one kid in the neighborhood we couldn't stand was also the first kid that got Atari 2600. And he had Space Invaders and Breakout and Pac-Man and all those games. We all became friends with him immediately. We did. We were such users when we were kids, man. He was the only one in the neighborhood. My father was always a step behind technology. People got VCRs. He bought the beta because it was on sale. People got DVDs. He bought the VCR. I know. Then we got the really cool VCR DVD attachment. Remember they had them two together? Yep. You got a cassette. We got 8 tracks. You got DVDs, CDs. We got cassettes. We were always one technology step behind because that's when the things were on sale. No one bought beta anymore. They're buying VCRs. We bought beta. That's just the way he was. It's not even that he was hurting. It's just the way he was. You ripped one paper towel more than you were supposed to, you heard about it. Why did you need 2 sheets of that paper towel? You didn't need to do that. Did you just leave the room and leave that light on? That kind of stuff. Trouba, it was a trap game the other night. We all said it, Trouba, including you. We all knew it. We all knew it. I will say the one highlight of that night, did you see that goal by Panarin? Wow. They showed a stat, 1,600 times that shot has been attempted. Only 26 have gone in. That window, like the top of the post was like right here. And they had about this much window, this much. And Panarin put it in to tie the game at 1. Of course, we immediately gave up the goal right away, but it was exciting. It was a hell of a goal, man. Like, what a shot. 48-45 Pelicans, 54 seconds left in the half. The Knicks have been hanging in there. Bruin, I like that you had the classic jersey for that game. Oh, yeah, man. Yep. I like having that stuff, man. Just Deuce McBride for the mid-range jumper. Put it in. 48-47. We're hanging in this game, guys. Like this, man. The classy, the Mitchell and Ness. I got the Mitchell and Ness gear on tonight. That's the 91 Ewing. And the Knicks hat. Mitchell and Ness. I like Mitchell and Ness, man. They got good products. They're really good products. Yeah, I liked wearing that jersey. And Rock, I told you, Rock is huge on getting me these jerseys, man. It's amazing. The All-Star games from baseball. She got the New York Rangers, that Stadium. Man, come on. Stadium Series jersey was hot, man. Uh, Truba, his hands are like chopped meat now. He's got to give it a break. Yeah, dude, you see the picture of him today in warm-ups? His eye, it's like from the cartoons. He needs a stake over that eye. How many shots to the head can you take? But the problem, Truba, is you already know all these tough guys now, they're all talking to him during warm-ups. They all want a piece of him, man. He's got to just back off, man. Sam Rose and Micheletti have been saying it, like, how many shots can this kid? The games are just starting. These guys like Olivier before the game in warm-ups was already talking to him. Like, yo, man, you put this target on himself. I mean, right, his hands are chopped meat. His head has got to be banging. Dude, this kid is like, it's cool to see like old style hockey, but goodness gracious, this is Hanson, bro. This is slap shot right now. He has definitely put a flag out there, and there's guys ready to answer it. Bond, hoping to get tickets for the Bombers versus Pies and Zach Day game. That's the annual one. That's a big one. I know it. We'll have to get in early for tickets. It always sells out. 100,000 fans. It's the biggest game of the home and away season. I know. I remember it. And last year when it happened, that was the 1 week I was away. I missed the game. I remember it. I watched it, but it was like a week or two after the fact, man. So I will be getting it this year. I'll definitely be on it this year. At least he's proven he can hold his own. Remember, Rosen made his famous 9 mistakes ahead of me. Yes, I do. That's a good one, Gunner. Nice. I mean, he can hold his own. You're not going to win every one. You're not going to win every fight. It's just the problem is it's like it's happening in the first minute. I know it's not that fast, but it's in the first few minutes of the first period already. And eventually, one of these guys was going to come along and do what he did to him. Hit him, knocked his helmet off, and he was 6 inches shorter than Rempe, but he got inside. He did the Mike Tyson. He took his height advantage away, got inside, and started hitting him here, down. I mean, Rempe got his shots in, but it's just a point. It's just a point. Like Truba said, man, he's got to give it a break. He got to give it a break for a little while. Bruin, oh, man, oh, the Weed, love that council. Yeah, man. I hadn't even thought about the Weedle. Gunner just brought that up. I used to have a Game Boy Color when I was young. Game Boys. Wow. Remember, everybody wanted the Game Boy. Holy crap. I mean, you guys are younger than I am, man, but I do remember because I have kids. I remember how huge the Game Boy was. What was it? The Nintendo GameCube? I think my kids had that one. The GameCube. They played Super Smash Brothers was big in our house. I was not good at it, but the kids were. Super Smash Brothers. That was big in the house, man. And these kids could play it. I got dispatched immediately. I was like an afterthought. I'm like, hey, can I play? Sure, hop on. I lasted like 2 seconds and I was gone. One game I was gone. I already had to give up the controller. Tony, hey Johnny, you're same era as me. Did you play Motley Crue pinball? Oh man, you're speaking my language, man. The Crew is one of my favorite bands, man. I think the Crew is going to be in Atlantic City, New Jersey in May. I want to go. I missed them in Philly. I missed them in New York, but I think in the beginning of May they're going to be in Atlantic City. I would love to go to that. Even though Vince Neil is they were calling him Vince Meals for a while, man, but I think he's up there forgetting lines or whatever else. I don't care. I'd like to see them, man. I just like to see them anyway. But yeah, Motley Crue pinball, man. You're going back. The Crew. They were, it's funny because people called. I don't like the term that when they got the hair band tag. I don't like calling them a hair band. When I think of hair band, I think of crappy bands like fake metal bands like Warrant and Winger and Slaughter And these bands were horrid, horrid. Those are hair bands. I wasn't a Poison fan either. CC DeVille can freaking smash that guitar, man. That dude can play. So I won't completely trash Poison. I just never got into them. I always thought they were a fake wannabe Motley Crue band. CC DeVille could definitely play the guitar. That dude can shred. I'm not knocking him. I can't knock him. He is an amazing guitarist. But overall, they were hair bands. Those were hair bands. I never considered the Crew a hair band because to me, that's what I think of when I think of hair bands, Tony. I just can't put them in that category. None of those groups that I just yelled out made albums like Too Fast for Love, Shout at the Devil, House of Theater of Pain. They didn't make any albums like that. Dr. Feelgood, not even close. Not even close. Not even close. So I can't put them in that hair band category. I'm also a huge metal, like AC, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Motley Crue is not like that. I mean, I don't put them on that level. I was a huge Rush fan. I like a lot of different styles, a lot of different. I was a huge Prince fan. You want to talk about a guy that can shred a guitar? If you have never watched Prince with a guitar, YouTube, where do I start? Did you ever see When My Guitar Gently Weeps with Tom Petty was on at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Jeff Lynne? Prince, his guitar solo at the 3-minute-ish mark, 3-minute, 3:30, somewhere around there. Pull up When My Guitar Gently Weeps, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Prince. Watch that. Watch that. Prince could shred the guitar with the best of them. If you've never seen him do it, watch. Prince was one of my favorite guitarists and artists, man. I was a big Prince fan. Gunnar, I used to play the original PlayStation and 2, Wii, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox. That's what I have now, the Series X or XS, whatever. Bruin, I still have my Xbox from 2010-11. Wow. I think we still have the PlayStation 2 somewhere upstairs. I think so. But yeah, guys, do yourself a favor. I'm serious, man. Pull up Prince, When My Guitar Gently Weeps. Pull that up. I think it's the 3-minute, 3:30 mark. Watch that dude at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You'd be like, what that? Because everybody thinks of the, more of the pop music that he had. You want to pull up anything of him doing guitar solos and you'd be blown away. Guy's a legend. And he could play like 27 instruments. He wrote so many songs for so many different people. He played the keyboards on Stand Back for Stevie Nicks. He wrote songs for people that nobody knew he wrote for. So the guy was an amazing musician, man. Absolutely amazing. PSP, wow. And the DS. There you go. Pulling up some names here. Gunnar, I played the original PlayStation. I just read that. Bruin, I still have I just read that. Tony, JB, I seen the Crew last year with Def Leppard here in Brisbane. Both bands were great stuff. Wow, you saw them with Def Leppard. I was kind of like middle of the road with Def Leppard. I didn't love them, but I didn't hate them. But I liked their Pyromania, obviously, that was their best album. Die Hard the Hunter is one of Def Leppard's greatest, most underrated songs. Die Hard the Hunter. That is an amazing song. Billy's Got a Gun, another great song by them. These are songs that were off the radar because they played Photograph on the radio like forever. It's like Van Halen's Jump, like okay, or Panama. It's like enough already. Like they have way better songs than these. So Die Hard the Hunter is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Def Leppard song. That song is incredible. Was Joan Jett a part of that? She was a part of that whole entourage over here. And I think Poison was with them also. I don't know why, but they were. I'm not a Poison fan at all. But like I said, I love musicians and I respect artists. That's why I told you earlier, CC DeVille, when I knock Poison, I don't knock him. And he is great on that guitar. Gunnar, I've been to Metallica concerts and Zach Brown band concert. Wow, how was that? That's interesting, man. How was that? That's got to be a cool concert to go to. I've been to Metallica concerts too, but back, the Justice for All, those days. I saw them at a Monster of Metal back in, oh gosh, we're going back. 89, 91, somewhere around there. Uh, Bon, AC/DC has announced the European leg of the World Tour. They haven't announced the US and Australian leg. I'd like to see them too. I've never seen AC/DC. I would love to see them in concert. By the way, we're at halftime right now. The Knicks are only down by 2 points, only two. And Rocco appears to have fallen asleep, so we can make it. I made sure I walked him before the game, so we should be able to make it to the end of the game. Remember, he's 13. He's not 5. So I think he's fine. His meds have kicked in, so I think he's finally good. I'd love to see AC/DC in concert, man. I'd love to see Angus Young live. I would love to see that. Would love to see that. Tony, I totally agree, Johnny. Prince was a great guitarist. I always loved his solo in Bat Dance, yep. And also his song Peach. Guys, I'm telling you, it's halftime. You would do yourself such a favor. When My Guitar Gently Weeps, 3-minute mark. Just take it from the 3-minute mark on. It's somewhere after that, but you'll know it. When he comes on, that solo, you'll watch it over and over. It's ridiculously good. It's amazingly good. He blew all those other legends on the stage. He blew them all away. No one saw that. It was a remake of a George Harrison song. Prince had made the Hall of Fame that year along with George Harrison, who had passed away. His son was playing in that group as well. Steve Winwood was on the keyboards. There was a lot of legends up there. Mick Mann was on the guitar. He did the first guitar. So anyway, just if you don't want to hear the whole song, just bump it to the 3-minute mark and take it from there. I promise you. You won't go wrong with that. Won't go wrong with that. Yeah, Tony, a lot of people think Prince. Well, you mean he didn't play guitar? It's like, what? What? I put him up. He's arguable against anybody. He's arguable against anybody. That's my opinion. It's hard to argue it. I'm not saying he's better than everybody, but he's in those conversations. He's definitely in those conversations. I'm going to type it in here because that's how, I want to hear Tony, especially, man, since you agreed with that, Tony, especially. You can just type in Prince with My Guitar Gently Weeps right there. Highly recommend it. Again, if you don't want to watch the whole thing, bump it to the 3-minute mark and let me know what you think. Gunnar, Prince was the greatest guitarist in my opinion. And you could argue that. You could certainly argue that. Yep. 100%. 100%. Just My Imagination, his remake of that. You watch that, he sings a little bit in the beginning, and then the guitar solo from there is just ridiculous. He did Whole Lot of Love, Led Zeppelin, Whole Lot of Love. He did a little sing in the beginning and then just killed the guitar after that. I love watching great guitarists. Him, Satriani, Carlos Santana, Eddie. I mean, Hendrix. Come on, man. These guys are Stevie Vai, all these guys. So some people that don't know and they hear Prince, when you mention him in the same breath as those guys, are like, oh, no. I'm like, oh, yeah. Then you just said you'd never seen him play. All those guys. I'm watching and rewatching all of their guitar solos. I love it. And drummers. And Neil Peart's my favorite. It's arguable, but he's my favorite. Bruin, I want to get some old consoles like the original Xbox, Dreamcast. Way back. Now the Ozzy and Cellar Dweller accounted for. What's up, way back? Good day, guys. How are we all? We're doing good, man. The Knicks have absolutely no starters playing tonight, way back. They're all hurt. No Brunson. No Brunson tonight. No Hartenstein, but our role players, our secondary, our bench guys are doing it. They're bringing it. They're bringing it against a Pelicans team from New Orleans that's 34-24. New Orleans is a very good team. Guys, the Knicks is still 4th overall in the Eastern Conference. We're still number 4. Still doing really well, holding the course, sort of. I think I think we're 2 and I think we've won 2 out of our last 6, but forget that. We're still number 4 overall. We're still number 4 overall. We could squeeze out a win here tonight. Oh man, we'll be in business. And then again, I'll be on for the Rangers in Columbus tomorrow night. Oh, Tony, I want to hear a full report from you, Tony. You appreciate great musicians, as obvious as you've already stated. From the things you've told me already, Tony, you're right. We're about the same age. I promise you, Tony, when I'm on tomorrow night and you come on, you let me know what you thought of that. I promise you also, Tony, you're going to rewatch it over and over because when the song starts, Prince is off to the side. He's off to the side. Like you see him, but he's off to the side. After the 3-minute, I'm telling you, it's after the 3 minutes, somewhere around there. You're going to be like, where'd that come from? Not as playing, you just didn't expect it. That's all. And by the way, it was pure improv. And the other guys on stage said he wasn't even there for the practice session. It's pure improv. He just did it. He just pure improv. Okay. Bagger, another cellar dweller in Ozzy in the basement. What's up, Bagger? Can't stick around as I'm at work. Just wanted to say good day and go Blues. Oh, man, Bagger, we got it right off the bat. Me and you, buddy. Right off the bat in the Bagger Dave tipping comp. The Bagger Dave tipping comp. You got full bragging rights this year, Bagger. But you guys are going to start the season 0-1, Bagger. You're going to start 0-1. 0-1. Lions. Going to take that one, Bagger. We're going to take that one. All right, third quarter underway, 48-47 Pelicans. The Knicks are in this thing. Bad pass, Vincenzo. Bad pass. Picked off by the Pelicans. Coming up the court now, Brandon Ingram, who's made a full recovery from his – I could have sworn he rolled his ankle badly, but he's back out there. Anyway, he misses. Oh, man. Sims looked like he just traveled. Anyway. Oh, 1 second, guys. You guys would think like when you see me texting, you guys would think I'm doing this big paragraph. It's like 5 words. I am horrible. This is how I text. And then I always hit the wrong button. I always hit what if I want to hit O, I hit the P. I'm always like, so a lot of it is backtracking, texting, backtracking. It's insane. Yeah, that's right. I knew you were going to say that. Boo. That's going to be the man, Charlie Cameron. That's going to be the man, Lockie Neal. Come on. What are you guys doing, man? Zion is a monster, man. This guy is unguardable. I really wish the Knicks could have landed him. So, yeah, man, Cameron, Lockie Neal, Danaher, please, man, we're going to be good. Hipwood, we're going to be good, man. It's going to be a great game. Yeah, Kerno for you guys. I know you guys got a team. You got a team. You got a team. Brisbane's year. It's going to be Brisbane's year. Bond, where am I? Man, I'm way behind. Tony, yeah, I'm surprised you've never seen it either, brother. Hawthorne's motto used to be when one soldier is done, another steps up, and we won 3 Grannies in a row. Yeah, man, I know. I remember I did the history on the Hawks. You guys are quite an organization, man, for sure. And you come back around. Every team has a rebuilding time, man. Every team has a rebuilding time. Every team does. The Knicks had one for 20 years outside of the Carmelo Anthony years. We had a couple really good seasons then. But then we went back to rebuilding for the next 10 years. The Jets have been rebuilding for 50. The Jets are basically in like their 50, what is it now? 55th year of their 5-year rebuilding program. We're in our 55th year of our 5-year rebuilding program. So we're almost there. Way back, I just read that. Bond, bag of boo. Yeah, I read that. Bond. Hello, everybody saying hello to each other. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, yeah, Bagger. We'll see. We will see. We will see. Of course, I have to watch the replay on that Watch AFL app, which is a great app because you get on the couch, you get all the good analysts, and I learn a lot from watching those shows, man. Those shows help me a lot, along with you guys. So when I wake up in the morning, I do not watch. I don't look at my phone. I don't look at anything. I turn all my AFL notifications. I turn them all off before the game, so I don't have to wake up and see it. Because if I know the score, even if my team won, then I don't want to watch it. But I'll watch it so I can do a review for you guys. But when I already know who's going to win, it's not fun to me anymore. And I mean that for all of my teams. All of my teams. Way back, yeah. That's great. Love it. Love it. Leaf Swerver. Hit the sub. Bell notice. Like button. It's a Celsius drink and a water. Good water. Bruin, come on. Still 1-2 Florida after the second. I think we got outshot 20-7 in the second period. Really? Going to 20-7? Oh, man, come on. Really? That's not good. I tell you, Buffalo, I say it every time on here. Buffalo has really shocked me this year. It's really shocked me, man. I don't know what to say, man. I really thought they were gonna be in the top 8. I really did. Even if they were in the 6, 7, 8 area. I just didn't think they'd be fighting that deep in the what are they, 5th in the wild card now, Gunner? I haven't looked in the past week. But I think the last time I looked, they were like 5th or 6th in the wild card running. Is that still right? I'm pulling for the Sabres too, bro. And come on, I really am pulling for them. I like to see other teams come up. And they've been down for a while, man. I pulled for them. I really thought they're going to, besides the Hasek years, I really thought they were going to make a run with when they had Ryan Miller and Chris Drury. You know, they had a team, man. I really thought they were going to make a run. Chris Drury's been great for us, man, as a GM. He's been really good. He pulls no punches, man. If you're no good, you're gone. I wish he'd be the GM of the Yankees. Aaron Boone would be gone too. Lockport, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Lockport's in the basement. We got 9 minutes left in the third quarter. The Knicks are down by like 4. They're down. What are they doing? Zion and Brandon Ingram. I don't understand how the Lakers gave up Brandon Ingram, man. Zion, I wish he would just come to the Knicks. I'd love to have him on the Knicks. The Knicks, what I say, they were down by 4 or 9. They're down by 9. A little off my game right now. Where was I for the last 5 points? I black out. Josh Hart missed the 3, got his own rebound, kicks it back out for a steal. Bad pass, Josh. Bad pass. All right, back to this. Collingwood got beaten by North Melbourne in a practice match last week. Oh, boy. Well, North Melbourne apparently likes to win early in the season. They like to have a couple in April and then take the rest of the season off. So at least it's a practice match, man. But that's what I found out from the Kangaroos last year, that they like to get off early, get those couple of wins out of the way, and then take the rest of the season off. Kind of like the Pistons here, who the Knicks almost lost to yesterday, for those that weren't here earlier. The Pistons are 8-48, and the Knicks had to beat them in the last 5 seconds. 8-48. That is bad. That is shameful to the league. That's shameful. 8-48, and the Knicks, in the last 5 seconds, had to find a way to win 113-111. We'll take the win, but man, was it ugly. And you know what's funny? A lot of the players that we traded to their team were part of the reason why we almost lost. That we traded away this season. Come on, Josh. 58-47. We're down by 11 now. Don't start letting them pull away. Come on, McBride. Deep three. Missed it. Pelicans up by 11 with 8 minutes left in the third. Do not let them start pulling away. Again, the Pelicans are 34-24. The Knicks are very beaten up. No Jalen Brunson, which is a monster loss. Vincenzo for three. I think he's only going to be out for a game or two. Hartenstein out. So our bench guys and role players are our starters tonight, and they're actually playing their hearts out. I can't really knock them, man. They are playing their hearts out against a far better. In this situation, the Pelicans are a far better team. All right, so we're down by 10 at the moment. Lockport, what's up, Bruin? Everybody saying what's up? Tony, wow, Johnny, I just watched Prince. That was outrageous. To have the late, great Tom Petty shaking his head in song in awe is as good as it gets. Wow, thanks, mate, for the link. Yeah, Tony, and you'll be watching that again and again. Was I right? Was it after the 3-minute mark? Well, he comes in, man. He just takes that guitar, he just went crazy. But they saw the history behind that. I looked it up. Prince kept looking over at Tom Petty because they kept repeating the chorus over and over. He looked over like, I'm not done. Like, so when they finished each time they finished that My Guitar Gently Weeps, he looked at each other and he was like, I'm going to go again. Like, that was all improv. That was one of the greatest it was amazing. I've seen a lot of great. I wouldn't say it's one of the greatest I've ever seen, but man, that was powerful. Look who's here. Hey, Bag of Dave, it certainly is, mate. South Magpies have been my local rugby league since I was a kid in the early 80s. Lockport, Johnny, you getting one of them new Jets black jerseys?
I ain't doing shit.
Hold on, man. I'm telling you right now, you didn't pop in yet. Hold on a second. Are you? There it is. Now you're on. I saw you all this time, Lou, but now you're on. Now he's here. Look who pops in. The Lunicorn in the third quarter. Drops in. That's right. With his Knicks jersey on, and no Brunson, no Hartenstein tonight. If you weren't watching, Lou. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, I can. Can you hear me? Lou's been a while for Lou. It's been a while for Lou. I'm up at Sandstone Point nearby. Okay, me too. Bagger, nice, Tony. I only asked as one of my best mates live in Algister, and I have a 90s. Way back, I had a pinched nerve. Lou, can you hear us?
I can hear you loud and clear.
There he is, the Lunicorn. It's been a while, man. It's been a while. I couldn't find a volume button. There you go, RJ. All right, I got the front. Lou is in the building. You got the chat on too?
Yes, I do.
There you go. Everybody's saying what's up to Lou. For those that don't know, Lou is my partner. Has been on me plenty of times in the past. There's guys in here that Tony. Anybody else? I think everybody else knows you, Lou. Tony's new in here. He's been good, man. Tony's around our age. All the bands, all the music, and he's a Lions fan. So Tony is way back said, well, you have the chat. I'm so used to you not having it. He has it.
No, I got it. I'm just, like I said, I haven't been on for a while, so I'm still a little stuck trying to figure this out here.
I know.
You know why?
I know, when I was setting this up, it took me a minute to get how do I do that again? I did YouTube. I had to Google everything. Oh yeah, we haven't done this in a while, so life happens. We just haven't done it in a while, so we're kind of forgetting how to set up the package on here, man, to merge.
Yeah. But the Knicks are hanging in there. They're hanging in there.
Huh?
I said the Knicks are hanging in there.
They are with the team that they have. These Knicks players are fighters. They are. These guys are playing 110. Look at that. DiVincenzo for three. So we're down 65-55. Vincenzo, I didn't even know this. They showed the stat before the game. He's third in the league for most 3 points made in the
Yes,
league.
yes.
I didn't know
And
that.
He started off slow,
He did.
but I think with the whole Randall being out, us having to get those 30 points, he's averaging over 20 the last couple of games.
He is. He's killing it, man. He's killing it. Look at Josh
Hey,
Hart is all over the place. Now look at this. Hart has 13 points, 6 of 12. Now we're 8 points down. 8.
the Villanova Knicks.
Tony said, "What's up? Nice to meet you." Yeah, Tony's been really good in here, man. He's
Nice
a
to meet you, Tony.
new dweller. Ozzy, new dweller. Gunner, the great Lunicorn. Well, I'll let you read all that because I knew you were coming on. I waited to go to the bathroom until you came on. So I'll be back in 2 minutes. Lou, say what's up to everybody.
Yes, yes. Toned everybody. I haven't been on in a minute. Um, it's been a while for me, so I'm a little rusty. So you have to excuse me, but I'm glad that everybody's here. Look at Lockport. What's up, Lockport? Bruin. Everybody's here. Loving that you guys have been here for so long. What, almost 2 years we've been doing this. It's amazing. But yeah, the Knicks are looking good. I mean, they just down so many people at the end of the day. You got, Robinson out, Hartstein's been out every now and then. Randall's out, that's 30 points, 10 rebounds, 4 or 5 block shots. What's up, Lockport? Oh man, let me tell you, that's driving me crazy, Lockport. I mean, they should have been extended him. I think they're gonna end up keeping him. I think we're gonna end up getting Soto too next year because the Yankees was just a trade, so he's a restricted free agent next year. We didn't make any moves this year, so please, I have no expectation for my Mets at all. What up? What up? What up? Bon, I know you working, so thank you for even stopping by and saying hello. But this whole Pete Alonso thing has me worried. I think they should sign him, open up the bank for him. And like Johnny was saying earlier, the Yankees can just swoop up and pick him up. He's a great player, good teammate, good for the city. But at the end of the day, I don't know. This general manager is not doing anything. I know that you have Steve that said that he was going to go for it in 5 years. That if we don't win the championship in 5 years, I think this is year 4. So I think they wasted a lot of money last year on Verlander, on Scherzer, all these other players that we picked up that really didn't do anything. But the only good thing about having all those players that when we did trade them, we built up our farm system. Our farm system right now, I think it's in the top 5 with all the trades, getting rid of Verlander and Scherzer. But at the end of the day, we need to sign Alonso. If we don't sign Alonso, for me, it's disappointing, very disappointing.
Yeah, Alonso. We were saying to the guys how the Mets were talking about, they're going to throw all this money at. Everybody's talking about Soto already in the end of the year. He hasn't even played a game yet. Not a real one. And I was like, man, well, if the Yankees end up losing Soto, who I would take over Pete's a good consolation prize if we take him back. Because Rizzo, yeah. I think he's done after this year. Rizzo's 35, and I love Anthony Rizzo, but at this point, I'll take Alonso all day. Yeah. He has the most home runs since 2019 over anybody.
And he's getting better at first base.
He's getting better at first base. Yes.
He's one of those players that you can teach hustle. You can't teach that, his first rookie year wasn't good. His glove wasn't good, but he stood there, went to winter ball, came into spring training early just to work on his defense, and he's gotten better.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot better on the defense, man. And I'm just like I was saying, that's a good consolation prize because if they get Soto, they come on, it's Chua, you had it. We're only down by 8. If they get Soto, I don't know, man. The Mets to me, like, they're gonna put that much money into Soto, and who else are they gonna? I don't know. I don't know how to read Cohen anymore. Cohen took over, and I was like, the Mets are never gonna be bad again. Like they're always gonna be in it. And then I didn't expect to be flushing on any season, especially not now.
I mean, and then after spending all this money on getting all these pitching and this one and that one, and but last year was just something that we couldn't control. It was just snowballed as soon as our closer went down. Edwin went down. it just snowballed from there. We just couldn't catch a break.
No, Verlander. Yeah, I mean, that's what Steinbrenner did in the 80s. He would put a lot of money into older players. And I mean, putting Vincenzo, that was a huge three. Putting money into older guys, man, just I don't know. Like Lockport says here, Severino, that's your I'm pulling for Severino. I really want him to have a good season for the Mets. But I mean, I understand why the Yankees got rid of him. I just really hope he has a good season for the Mets. I do. I
I was
really hope
just
he
telling him
does.
I have no expectation this year. No
I wouldn't. I didn't
expectation.
want him back, but I still want to see him pitch well. But I didn't want him back. But this season for you guys, yeah, it's gonna be rough.
But watch it be the season that we do something magical. New York is like that. When you least expect it, look at the two giant, Super Bowls. Yeah, they were good, great defense. Offense was, middle of the pack, and they just got hot. And well,
Hey,
no one thought that the Rangers and who was it? The Diamondbacks was it that did it?
yeah, the Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers and the Phillies in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right now, most people couldn't even name 5 people on the Diamondbacks,
No, I can't.
including me, including me. But they did it. That's what I
I
mean
think
with
they
the
have
small
they
ball.
have
But that's
Ghost Stein right at first base.
uh
Oh no. He went to St. Louis. Excuse me. Yeah, yeah, I can't name 5 players on that team.
I can't. I won't even sit here and lie. I'd have to Google it. I wouldn't even do it. Raleigh, another OG cellar dweller account for. Raleigh said, "What's up, Lou and John?"
Yes, I see what's up, Riley.
Raleigh, the Knicks were trying, man. We're trying, but just like typical New York, everybody that's good is going to get hurt. Like we said, Edwin Diaz, Aaron Rodgers, the whole Knicks starting unit. These guys are remember the Titans out here right now, though. They are locked. Yo, do you know the Villanova connection? Brunson, Hart, and Vincenzo last night combined had over 75 points or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. 20 points each. Yeah.
I tell you, I hope they keep. Well, I know Hart's still here for another year or two, but I hope Vincenzo stay. They should sign him again.
Yeah,
Is he on a 1 year? I think he's on a 1 year.
I think he's a 1 year, but he's a pest.
But playing with your guys, man, it's just different. Like Stroman coming to the Yankees, man. He's gonna pitch great for the Yankees. I really do. It's his hometown team, like Jonathan Quick with the Rangers, man. He plays for his team that he grew up loving. So it's a different charge, I think, within them. I don't know.
And nobody picked up Snell yet, right?
No, we were laughing about this earlier, Lou. All of us in here, man. That every day in the papers, it's Blake Snell. He's going to be a Yankee unless he's not.
Right.
Juan
And
Soto's
one
going
thing,
to re-sign with the Yankees unless he doesn't. I mean, I don't even bother with. Just let me know if we get him. And then the Yankees are still talking about Dylan Cease for the 4th month in a row that they're going to trade for him. I seen his numbers. Is this guy that good? I don't know a lot about Dylan. Does anybody know a lot about Dylan Cease?
no.
Probably some great pitch. I looked at his number. I know he played for the White Sox, who are not a good team. But I mean, really, is he that good?
I know you were talking about this earlier, but it's the media in New York. We have so many great players that have come to New York in any sport, not just in baseball, any sport. And Randy Johnson, his first day hit a reporter, and ever since that it's snowballed. And you were right, he had a great run with the Yankees.
He really did. He really did.
Yeah.
But you would think it was terrible. You look up his numbers, and you'd be like, wait a minute, Randy Johnson wasn't bad for the Yankees.
No.
It was like 17-7, like 200 and something 250 something strikeouts, man. Like he wasn't bad at all. It's
how many players leave the Mets? Or how many players leave the Mets or the Yankees and become superstars somewhere else?
Jordan Montgomery. When all of a sudden, hey, you guys let this guy go. Well, he couldn't handle the pressure here. I don't know what else to say. He couldn't handle the pressure here. People think there's pressure everywhere. No, not like here, Boston and Philly. Here, Boston and Philly is the roughest fans to play in front of. They are, and they're knowledgeable. All of them.
They're the catcher. Is it Darno, the catcher for
the Braves?
Atlanta?
Travis Darno. You suck for the Mets.
He could not hit over 210. He couldn't hit 210 for like 3 years. Leaves, goes to Atlanta, and becomes an all-star. He's an all-star. His first season there, he carried the Braves to the first round. I think he had like 4 or 5 home runs.
And he talks smack about the Mets.
He could have hit 4 home runs in a year with us. And he goes over there and becomes an all-star.
Yeah, he couldn't hit his way out of a. Now, see, that's the difference. Like Higgy, Higgy Shielka, he's a
Yeah.
fan favorite of the Yankees. He barely could hit over 200, but he was a great defensive catcher. And you know what? He gave 110 all the time, and that's what the fans expect. Higgy, anytime he comes back, is going to get a great ovation from the fans. He barely hit over 200. What's the difference when you, like I said, fans here, Boston and Philly, they all know that we know when you're putting 110 in. And guys like that will always be loved. But a guy like Darno, and now he's just smashing the Mets and the organization. It's like, dude,
He
and it's like,
kills
I'm
us.
glad
He
I'm not
kills
there.
us.
It's like, yo, it's like a couple of years later, and they're still renting space in your head. I mean, give me a break. Gabe Davis going to your Giants, Lou. Wow, Lockport, really? Bagger, great to see you, man. Great to see you. Go Lions. You had a typo there, Bagger. It's go Lions. You put go Blues. You meant Lions. Our teams are playing each other in footy next week, Lou.
Man, I thought you were talking about Detroit because I'm still mad about them
No.
losing
We're
to San Francisco.
talking about my Brisbane Lions. The Lockport. Yeah, I didn't know Gabe Davis. Is he going to the Giants? You guys need a number one receiver. Davis will definitely help.
We need a quarterback. That's what we need. I'm sorry, Danny D for me is not the answer.
I couldn't understand. Why didn't they just give him a 1-year option or whatever that thing is that they can give you? I mean, like, why'd they sign him to the big deal? And then some brains like, oh, they should trade. That's why I don't like reading rumor articles. Oh, they should trade Daniel Jones for Deshaun Watson straight up. I'm like, why? I wouldn't want Watson over there either. You need a real quarterback. Tyrod Taylor, if he didn't get hurt all the time, would be a better choice than Daniel Jones. He had more control of the huddle. I think the guys had more faith in him.
I'll take Russell. Give me Russell.
Yeah, is he still on the Broncos? I haven't really followed
he's
up.
He's gonna leave. He's not gonna play after what they did to him. He's not gonna play.
I know he's not gonna play there, but he's under contract though, isn't he?
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
That was the whole beat. That his whole contract was like 250 mil guaranteed.
A lot of money, man.
And
a lot of money.
It just sucks because when they signed it, you had the coach coming in. That wasn't his quarterback. How many times does that happen? You have somebody comes in, another coach comes in. He wants his players. He wants his system. He's telling him, "Oh, your job is not to go out there and kiss babies and stuff like that. Your job is to play football."
Right.
And,
hey, listen, Sean Payton, I mean, he should have just came in and just, he talked that smack against Hackett, which wasn't totally wrong. He just shouldn't have done it the way he did it. And people are like, yeah, well, look who the Broncos were in it to it. They lost to the Jets. That's all that matters. They didn't beat the Jets, the period. We did what Hackett always does, hand the ball to Brees or pass it to Garrett. That's it. That's our offense.
What kills me about the Jets is this. Okay, you signed Rodgers, but what was your plan B? They never had a plan B. They just invested everything into Rodgers. He's an Iron Man. He doesn't really get hurt. But what was your plan B?
That was the mistake. Zach Wilson, believe it or not, to me, is not the reason they were the problem. Their offensive line was horrendous. Zach actually showed signs of life quite a few times, and they kept benching him. Saleh, it's like, to me, Robert Saleh listened to the fans, listened to other people about what you should, and then you put in a guy that never played. What was his name? I don't even remember his name. Tim Boyle. Remember on the Black Friday game he played? Horrible. Why did you just Zach wasn't the problem. He really wasn't. It was our offensive line. Zach was watch. All I'm saying is let him go to a well-coached team. Let him go to a coach that knows how to use a player like that. I'm not saying he's going to be a world beater, but he's not going to be what everybody thinks he is. He just needs to be out of New York and get a career going.
Yeah,
I couldn't totally blame it on, but they didn't have a plan B. And right now they're talking about Jacoby Brissett, which would be a great backup to have. Ryan Tannehill, if he's willing to be a backup. These are decent backups to have. But Aaron, I mean, I don't know if he's going to last the whole season or not, but that's typical New York. You come here, we're signing you to your second year, not your first. Because all the players that have come here, that Bogdanovich for 3. Knicks back within 10:35 left in the game. They're fighting. They're hanging in. Let me catch up on a couple of these.
Yeah, but it's just tough to win when players are not there.
Right. Well, C.J. Mosley had hardly been hurt in the few 4 or 5 years he played with the Ravens. He comes to us, first game against the Bills, out for the season.
That's
what we do.
crazy.
That's what we do. Bruin. The only D-backs player I can name is that Fate guy. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but I know who you're talking about, Bruin. You name one more than I could name. Lockport. Marte. Oh, yeah, Cattell Marte. Right. Corbin Carroll. Good job. Zach Gallen and are the only D-backs I know. Now, I will admit, Lockport, Cattell Marte and Corbin Carroll. I know both those names. Zach Gallen. I really have. Was he a pitcher? I'm not a Diamondbacks historian. I'm sorry. I think he was a
And
pitcher. But anyway,
Lockport,
these are the guys that beat the Dodgers and the Phillies.
I was gonna say Lockport. You're absolutely right. That Otani contract is so team friendly. It's incredible. They only but $2 million up front, and then everything else is deferred. But that shows you that he wants to win. He's not here just for the money. You know, he's
No,
gonna
and
get
he's
his
got a
money.
great retirement plan because later in his life he's going to be getting $20 million a year.
Oh, he has the great Bobby Bonilla retirement plan.
Yep. Tony, hey guys, did the Yankees try to get Otani before he signed with the Dodgers? I think Otani honestly wanted to stay on the West Coast. I don't think he wanted to play on the East Coast.
No,
He didn't want to play on the East Coast.
the Steve Cohen said that his camp didn't reach out to us, didn't say anything, so he knew that we wasn't going to go after him. You know?
Yeah, and I really think that he made a point of stating that he almost wanted to stay with the Angels. I think he just wanted to be on the West Coast. That was the rumor anyway. The
he wants
Yankees
to be.
go.
He wants to be on a team that the media is not going to pound him out. Like who wants
That's
to play
right.
for New York? Think about it. You know, once you're going to get three different taxes so that $500 million is only going to be $300 million at the end of the after all the taxes. You have the media, you got fans that boo you. Like I said, who boos Mariano Rivera? Who?
If Mariano Rivera can get booed in New York, anybody can get booed.
Yes,
John
yes.
Carlos Stanton, in his first 2 weeks as a Yankee, I think struck out 5 out of his first 9 or 10 at bats. He was in the on-deck circle. His second week on the team, and fans, he said right there, were booing him. He was like, man, this ain't Miami, I guess. I mean, like they were booing him. It's like, dude, welcome to New York. Only 160, only 158 games ago. But I mean, that's how it is here. They will boo you like, the honeymoons. Zach Wilson was booed in his 3rd or 4th game. His first home game, he threw those 4 interceptions against the Patriots. He was shocked the fans were booing him. It's like, yo, dude, honeymoon's over. If we were Jet fans, we were going to boo you immediately. So,
what a lineup you guys have.
Otani contract deferred. He gets $2 million for 10 years, $68 million a year for 9 years after that. That is insanity. I tell you, my parents should have they should have really pushed me on playing baseball. I mean, these guys are making ridiculous money. Bob, definitely forget about Gallen.
Contracts. That's the difference between sports.
What's that?
That baseball is guaranteed contracts.
Oh yeah. That's why I was saying, like, if you could play baseball or football, why would you choose football? You get a chance to get injured. They're not guaranteed. If I had the choice, I'd stay with baseball. Because no matter what, even if you flame out in a few years, if you make enough money, even the guys that don't look at Josh Donaldson was getting paid $25 million a year, and he was like 36. The Yankees had him 20. Remember that used to be an outrageous number, $25 million a year. Josh that's what the Yankees were going after instead of guys like Carlos Correa.
What about Charlie Ward?
Charlie Ward, I believe he's still the only Heisman Trophy winner to not get drafted by the NFL.
He went to the Knicks.
Right. He didn't go to the NFL.
He had a decent career. That's what was crazy. I mean, he wasn't but he was above average.
Lou, you're blanking out. Peso, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Peso's in the basement. Hey, way back. You're right. I haven't heard from Tony either in a while. Are you, Lou, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, you lost it. Lou, you can pick up on any one of these things in the chat. I know you're not used to doing it, but you can. Guys, love the insight into New York. Oh, Tony, this is real deal, dude. And Lou is from the Bronx. He's from the Bronx, New York. He grew up right around Yankee Stadium, and he's a Met fan who are from Queens. But I grew up right near Nassau Coliseum on Long Island, and I am a Rangers fan. I'm not an Islander fan. I hate the New York Islanders with a passion. Lou dipped off. He'll be back. He's having the basement technical difficulties. It's his first time back in a few months, man. So he's working out some kinks. We worked on this for a little while yesterday, trying to get this thing going. We worked on this thing for a little while yesterday because we haven't merged on the same channel in a little while. So we're having some technical difficulties. We're both tech dummies. So here we are. You guys all know the deal. 83-73, 9:15 left in the game. 83-74. Hold on. We're still, Precious is still at the line.
And he was a throw-in.
I know. Yep. Precious Achua was a throw-in, and this guy's balling. Balling.
He is. He is.
Rob,
that's kind of
winning the chip next year with LeBron and the son on the team. Dude, we get that. Imagine LeBron.
It's funny you say that. I was telling Doughboy that they're going to get LeBron next year.
Imagine LeBron, even if he came off the bench, which I know he won't, but imagine if it's with Mitchell, Anunoby, Randall, or right, because the Knicks
front office, the Knicks front office, the last 2 years have not missed on any deal, any trade.
Missed on
Think
nothing.
about it. We still have 7 first-round draft picks for the next 11 years. We didn't even give none of them up.
When you really look at this Knicks team fully healthy, they are deep. They are a deep team. That's why these are our backups. New Orleans Pelicans is a very good team. Our backups are in right now, and we're only down by 11. When I say only down by 11, I'm serious. Like, it's 8 minutes left in the fourth.
Without Bronson, without Hartstein, without Randall, Robinson, we can keep on naming.
Yeah, Brunson, Anunoby, they're all out.
So this is kind of good for the backup players that they're actually playing. They're getting minutes. They're getting experience. They're learning. They're in the limelight right now. So hopefully when Randall and everybody else gets back, we're going to have a very deep bench.
Raleigh, you're right. The Knicks get LeBron and the Suns, forget it. They'll win the whole thing. And him bringing a ring to New York, monstrous. It'd be like Mark Messier, who didn't have anything to prove. We had 5 rings when he came to the Rangers and got a ring here after 50-something years. New York teams have a real habit of not wanting to win anything for 50-something years. I mean, right? The Knicks are over 50 now. The Jets are over 50. The Rangers are at exactly 30 years this year. The Yankees are 09. The Mets are 40 years, going on 40 years, right? In 2026.
86, so yeah.
What is with that? What is with that? So yeah, if LeBron came here and got a ring here, he'd be put on. He's already on that level. Mark Messier was already on that level. But they brought teams. If Aaron Rodgers wins with the Jets a Super Bowl, he'll be on. He's already a first ballot. But you know what I'm saying, Lou? These guys, you do that here,
they're walking gods in New York.
Yep, and they already are before they got here. Really, they already are.
LT, Patrick Ewing. Keith Fernandez, Derek Jeter, Tino, Strawberry. We can keep on naming them.
I was telling about my Darryl Strawberry. I have a couple of really classic Met jerseys that I love. And I have a DeGrom Mets jersey. You know what? People are like, why do you have that? Why do I have that? Guy's a legend on the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never get rid of that. I went to a game with Dez.
I love NBA Jam. NBA Jam was awesome.
Oh, NBA Jam. You know who I played with on NBA Jam? Ron Harper and Danny Manning with the Clippers. I did really well with that. That was my team.
Mine was Hakeem Olajuwon and Kevin Johnson.
Wow. That's a good one. That's the thing about New York. The media here makes it like they always want you to remember that missed layup by Ewing. Like Ewing is Dan Marino and Henrik Lundqvist when it comes to like the greatest players of their position in the conference.
And they never mention him. I can't stand it.
Never mention Ewing. Never.
I'm not the greatest Knicks fan, but Patrick should be mentioned in anything. The dude, averaged 25 points, 15 rebounds, didn't miss a free throw.
And he's always remembered for that. It's like, wait a minute. And John Starks is remembered as if he was like he didn't blow that whole series for us. Game 6, missed wide open Ewing in the paint. Game 7 shot, 3 for 17 or whatever.
He could have hit the ocean if he tried.
Insane, man. Insane. He should be right up there with Charles Smith, who missed 5 layups in a row.
I'd say this Hart. That dude Hart is a dude that some of his stuff doesn't show up on the stat sheet. You know, the pushing, the hustling, the loose ball.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll score 2 points, but he'll have 10 rebounds, 15 assists. You know, or he'll have the other day he had a triple double. But since
Shoot it.
everybody's been out, he's been doing his thing.
He has been doing his thing. It's 92-79. It's getting Bogdanovich a ball. People miss a wide open 3. Wide open. Airballed it too. Come on, Josh. Man, we're getting our own rebounds. The 3rd rebound in a row we get back. Can anybody score? Well, at least we got the foul. Precious going to the line. Manav said, what's up, Lou? Brian Basketball.
What up?
Subscribe, hit the bell notice, and the like button. Brian. Charlie was awesome. Yep. Trev, the guru sent me over. Oh, nice, man. Cool. Thank you. Yep. Sal Trev said thank you. What's up, man? Yeah, Brian, no doubt, man. Good stuff.
The only thing for me, Johnny, is I hope we have enough games that everybody plays together, you know, so we can gel because, you know, at the end of the day, we have to gel. Doesn't matter how good we look on paper. Paper is just paper. To have everybody in, to put Randall back into the rotation. We're supposed to get Robinson back too. So.
Right, but Hartenstein really has played really well in his absence. I mean, really
rebound machine.
Really well.
A rebound machine.
Yeah. I take Mitchell overall, but Hartenstein has proved he's a starting center in this league. Anunoby's a monster lord. That is I think they won 12 out of their first 14 games when he was playing. Anunoby is not like Barrett, to where Barrett needed to score. He wanted the point he needed, and I was a big RJ supporter. I still am. I'm like you. I still have his jersey. I have his jersey too, man, and I'm not going to get rid of it. I have it, but it
just didn't work out. It didn't work out. Whatever it was,
didn't work out.
Didn't
work out. Just didn't work out, and I wish him the best. It just didn't work out. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with Toppin. Toppin was nice too. I like Toppin.
We have his brother Jacob, who got robbed in the dunk contest. I'm sorry, he got robbed.
Oh, I know.
He got robbed.
Jacob
should have moved on. They gave it to Jaylen Brown. Why? Because he's a more known name. Because Jacob did better dunks than he did. I'm not saying because I'm a Knicks fan. I'm saying because that's really what happened.
That's like if I'm not mistaken, Gordon, when Gordon was on Orlando.
Alex Gordon. Yeah. I was watching the game. Listen, yeah.
I'll tell you this. He did the most amazing dunks I've seen in the last 20 years.
Oh my gosh, Alex Gordon is an amazing dunker.
And he still lost. How? He did
favoritism, man. It's called favoritism.
Yeah.
Manav said, "What's up to you, Lou?"
What's up, guys? I'm sorry. I'm going back and forth watching the game. I got the other game on the other TV.
Lou is raw. I know. Well, I told them all that yesterday. We were trying to get this thing going forever. And Lou was texting me, and I'm like, dude, don't call me yet. I'm still working on this thing. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I was trying to talk to him, and I screwed everything up, huh?
I can't multitask at my age.
I can't. He was talking to me on the phone, and I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get this thing going to where we can merge channels. And then I was watching the Knicks struggle against the 8-win Pistons all at the same time. So this has been funny before he even came on. Lockboy, Johnny, is NBA on that table top arcade game behind you? No, it's not, man. It's not. It's that has Pac-Man Plus, Pac-and-Pal, Super Pac-Man. There's another one. Miss Pac-Man. Dig Dug is on there. Dig Dug. You remember Dig Dug? That's on there. Dig Dug 2. Gallagher's on there. I crushed Gallagher on that game. Yeah, just a step back in time on that. But these things, you can get these things at Walmart. You can get this at Walmart. This is not some legendary massive thing. You can get it at Walmart. It's not even that expensive. But it's fun to play those old games. My favorite old game that I dominate on, and I don't say this very often, Robotron. If anybody remembers Robotron, that game, I don't know why I'm good, because I'm not a coordinated person, but you're a robot in the middle, and you can shoot from all angles, everywhere. And there's things, they just keep closing in on you. And there's things that fly around these spaceships, they shoot at you. These guys are just keep closing in. You got to find your way out. You got to work your way out. And how I get that done, my hand-eye coordination is awful. But for some reason, that game, I'm Rain Man. I'd never get shot.
He said Rain Man.
I'm Rain Man in that game. You put me on that game, I have terrible hand-eye coordination. You put me on that game, which is all about hand-eye. I don't know why it is. I know where to go. It's crazy. Anyway, enough
Hey,
on
Johnny,
that.
Johnny, real quick, you got to give the Swella Dwellers mad props because think about it. 2 years, 2.5 years you've been doing this?
November,
3 years?
I've had November of 21. Yeah,
Look at
November.
these guys. They're still here. The
I
guys
know.
are still here.
I thank them
They
all the
still
time.
show up. Yes. So
I thank
much
them all
props
the
to all
time.
you guys too that pop up even just to say hello and then you have to go out. Mad props to you for coming here, talking, crap. 'Cause I don't want to say no bad words, but awesome, awesome.
Thank you, man. I thank them all the time because they know I'm on a lot and then I'm off. But I told them I got health issues going on. And I told them I don't have the biggest channel, but we have the best one. Because these guys in here, they're all knowledgeable fans. None of them are casual fans. And they're all great at trashing the one-timer that comes in here and starts talking smack. And everybody jumps on them. Everybody in here is a knowledgeable fan. That's what makes this channel great. It's not the biggest one. I don't have a chat that goes nonstop where I can't see what people are talking about. These are all loyal guys, and I tell them all the time how much I appreciate it because I'll be on and we were off for a while. Then we both weren't on together for a while.
Yeah,
But it's the basement. You don't get any lower than the basement. That's what I tell them. So you never know what the hell to expect. I'll tell you I'll be on, and then I end up being on 5 days from now. But we're on, and we're staying on, and baseball's coming back, and all the trivia, and all the fun stuff. These guys are awesome, man.
And the Rangers are on fire.
Yeah, and Raleigh, never leaving the basement. Yes, Raleigh, OG Raleigh, our Marine representative. Speaking of that, I wish Mr. Marine is okay. And Raleigh, you mentioned something before. Oh, Raleigh, you said something. I saw it. And I was going to respond to it. Now it's off the screen, and I don't know how to scroll back up. Isn't that funny? Because my scroll on my laptop blows. I'll lose the whole system if I try to scroll up. I did it last time in the chat. The chat moved from the side screen. Somehow I managed to get it under the screen and you couldn't see anything. I don't know how I did that. And that's why I'm not messing around when I'm on the laptop. Tony Gallagher, see, Tony, you are around the same age. Gallagher, man, I make sure in Gallagher that I make sure that one ship gets captured so then I can shoot that thing down and then I get two and I have double guns. This
What about
is exciting to us when we were
Spy
younger.
Hunter?
Spy Hunter was a great game, man.
Yeah,
The original Spy Hunter was an amazing game. I was never that good in it. Defender was another one. Oh my gosh.
Defender.
Raleigh, you asked something. Oh, Raleigh said he was happy he wasn't around for those 90 championship losses. We made the playoffs every year in the 90s. Every year. 94. As I was just saying, the Rangers won 30 years ago in 1994, Game 7 against Vancouver. The Knicks, Game 7 against Houston, the John Starks flop, horrible choke game. We should have had the Rangers and the Knicks, who shared Madison Square Garden. We should have had two championships that same week.
If it wasn't for Michael Jordan, I do think that the Knicks would have had at least one or two championships.
I agree. But those years they made it, well, maybe not 99. 94 they should have won. 99, going back to your point earlier about you never know what our teams could do. 99, the Spreewell team, that team wasn't expected to make the finals. They made it, and they lost it. I didn't expect it to be Tim Duncan and Parker and all those guys.
No.
But 94, we should have won.
They ran into Reggie Miller. They ran into Michael Jordan. Who else did they run into?
Hakeem Olajuwon, really, which took that.
Hakeem, but that was,
But we had a loss because we had Patrick Ewing, man. We should have won that series, man.
Oh, what about the series that against Miami that they just stepped on the court and they end up suspending like 8
That was a
games?
BS because all our starters get ejected and they lost PJ Brown, where you still had Mourning, you still had all your players. They ejected Larry Johnson, Ewing,
and the funny thing was that they didn't go towards
Anthony Mason, I think he was ejected too.
Yeah. They didn't go towards it. They just took a step forward, and since they stepped on the court, they got ejected.
Yeah, that was all of us, man. They ejected. So we had nobody. Who came out? Chris Childs. Who do we have coming out? I mean, come on.
What about this guy? Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller was He was a thorn in our behind.
Knicks, man.
Oh,
Speaking of the Knicks, 4:30 left in the game. We are down 97-83. Believe it or not, it's not bad considering what we
it's
have out
not.
there.
No, it's not. That's the. I was just
We're
thinking the
still
same
in it.
thing.
The game's not over. We're 15. Yeah, no, 14
Even the
points
loss,
down.
even the loss to Boston, we're not 100%. And if our backups can score X amount of points, imagine when we have Randall. The thing about Randall is this: he's going to give you 30 points or 25 points, but he's going to get your big men into foul trouble.
Open 3. Go ahead.
He's going to get your big men into foul trouble. Your forwards, your centers are going to be in trouble. And he opens up the floor. I know Bronson is killing it, but without Randall, we ain't going nowhere.
Well, yeah, because honestly, teams are like, well, we're gonna bring it on Brunson, who still manages 30 points a game, getting double teamed and triple teamed. But the whole thing is, we're gonna shut and let the rest of the team try to beat us. And Brunson still, they still get 30 plus points, man. So anyway,
Bronson is so complete.
That Boston
Bronson
game
is complete. Yeah, Dad, I'm sorry, you go ahead.
No, I just wanted to add on to what you were great. The best analogy they brought up was the best game you brought up was Boston. Because the Knicks hung in that game against the number 1 team in the league, and they hung in there. I know there was points where Boston went up by 10, 15, but then we brought it back again down to 8. And these were just what Brunson was our main guy, and they were on him. And he didn't listen. These guys are a full team to take on anybody, right, Raleigh? The Knicks, the Bills. Combo would kill it as a fan. I get why my dad is now only a Bills fan. Tony, what about Frogger? Tony, the Seinfeld episode. Remember when Costanza was going across the street like Frogger? Tony, man, you are definitely in the same age as us, bro. Wow, man, I remember that episode of Seinfeld. Way back. JB, get Lou onto the footy. I'm going to get Lou.
What is that? What is that?
The footy tips? The footy tips is it's a betting line without having to put money down. It's just fun. I got to get you in the Discord. You have the Discord? I texted you that earlier.
No, like I said, it's been crazy for me today.
It's okay. Well, I got to get the Discord app, and we'll get you in the Discord with all of us, man. It's fun in there. I'll get him in there. I'll get him on.
I'll get in, guys. I'll get in. I promise.
I'll tell him how to watch footy, man. Lou will love it. If he starts watching it, he'll love it. Look at Raleigh. I'm never leaving the basement. That's awesome, Raleigh. That's awesome. Like you said, I appreciate all of it, man. What about Frogger? Tony, I love Frogger, and I tell you, man, I get start shaking, get nervous playing the games. I always think I'm going to die all the time, and I usually do. Bond, AFL basement tipping comp is up and running. If anyone would like to join the link, the Discord, just let me know. Lou, you're off tomorrow, right?
Yes, I am.
I'll call you tomorrow. Make sure you get the right app, and I'll get you in. I'll get Lou in the Discord tomorrow. I'll get Lou in the Discord because we're going to be on for the Rangers tomorrow night for our second chance against the last place Blue Jackets, which we'll beat easily now that the 10-win streak is over. We'll easily beat them tomorrow at the Garden. We will. We'll beat them tomorrow.
Another thing that you said, John, our rookie cannot take more punches to the head, man. He's not going to survive.
Rempe cannot
survive.
I mean, and then I guarantee he's going to go after that dude, Olivier. Did I send you the link to the fight? Did you see the fight?
Which one? The one that he got his behind whipped?
Did you see it?
Oh, of course. Did you see the uppercut that he took straight to the face?
He ate that uppercut, knocked his helmet off, and then he finished him with an uppercut. He did the Mike Tyson.
He didn't even know where he was at. He didn't even know where he was at. He had to go get checked out. For me, that I think I told you, I think that kind of took the wind out of our sails. But he can't do that. Like you said, he has a target on his back. You got all these veterans that are going to want to fight him. You can't do that every single game for 80-some games. It's impossible.
And they're telling him during warm-ups that they're coming for him.
Yeah.
They're telling him. These are NHL veteran. Olivier is like a top 5 enforcer, man. These guys are like, oh, you're new to the league and want to start banging guys. First of all, the Islanders, the Devils, and the Stars were Rempe's first 3 games and first 3 fights and all that. They don't have enforcers like an Olivier on Columbus. So this guy, and then the Flyers. The Flyers do. The guy fought on the Flyers, the Lawrence, whatever.
You can't
great,
take that many punches. I mean, I don't care how young you are.
That, dude, you just
have a target on your back. They're gonna come after you. At the end of the day, you're kind of messing up our whole flow. This is my point.
It is because it's happening in the first few minutes of every game. And you know what? Drury might see that and be like, hey, we're going to trade you. I mean, like it.
Well, no, think about this. He fought. 2 minutes later, we gave up a goal. As soon as he finished fighting, we gave up a goal, and then after that, it snowballed.
It did.
Yeah.
It did, man. It snowballed bad. And you know what? It does. It's one thing when you're in the middle of the game, in the heat of the game, and you get in a fight, you stand up, like, let's say, the guy, a real enforcer goes after somebody that, like, would go after Panarin, who's not a fighter, great shooter, then you bring your big man up to that guy. No, these guys are doing it just because these are real NHL enforcers. They've been around the league. It's like, oh, you're the new guy banging. Let's see how bad you really are. You know what? And now, unfortunately, now he has that on his back. Let me catch up on a couple of these. The Knicks are down by 19 now with 3 minutes left. They're starting to lose it here. But at least they didn't. It's 109-87 with 2:39 left. Safe to say they probably lost this game. They're down by 22.
But it's okay. And I know it sounds stupid that we're saying this, but we don't have our floor general. We don't have our best rebounder.
Yep.
We don't have our best scorer. And at least we're in the game. We're fighting. Everybody's getting time. Everybody's getting playing time. Which experience you can't pay for that. So hopefully, think about it, Vincenzo. Where did he come from?
Right.
That dude was averaging 8 points. Now he's averaging 20 points.
I know. Well, hey,
Precious was just a throw-in, and he's averaging almost 16, 17 points. A couple of rebounds, steals, and blocks. So
we're still 4th overall in the East. Jericho Sims getting a lot of great time. Look, now they're sending Jacob Toppin's coming in now.
Yeah,
he's getting a lot of valuable minutes, man. And let me catch up on a couple of these because the game's over. Guys, me and Lou will both be on. You never know when Lou's popping in, but we'll both be on for the Ranger game tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Tony, Bruin, I'm glad I wasn't around for those late 90s Bruin. Yeah, they were mediocre at best. At best, Bruin, they weren't very good. Tony, my only U.S. visit, I landed in L.A. the day before the Bulls versus Lakers, 96. Wow.
That was an amazing series.
Magic Johnson, we tried to get tickets. You saw some legends in that game, man. 96, you're talking legends. Bruin, I could imagine. Tony. Flex, well, the game was going really well for a while. The Knicks are now down by 22, but the game itself, all our guys are hurt, Flex, but the game itself was actually really close until about 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Our backups were playing as hard as they could. They were playing against a great team, and we don't have our whole team. All of our starters are hurt.
We don't have people stubbing, so now everybody has to play instead of playing 15 minutes a game. Now they're playing 25 minutes a game. That's tiring.
It's tiring, yeah. Detroit, oh my gosh, Bruin. The Red Wings beat the Capitals 8-3. Wow. Yankee Kyle, what's going on? Yankee, good to see you in here, brother. Good to see you in here, Yankee. Yankee hit 1,000 subs. Good for him, man. I'm always going to shout that out for you, Yankee, because I know you put in a lot of work, man. That's awesome, buddy. Good to see you in here. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Bruin, it's cool. Tony, I think I've caught up on everything. Lou could, yeah, right, Bond, because Lou doesn't know anything right now, and I know just above nothing in footy. Lou could win the whole tipping comp and have bragging rights for the rest of his life. That's right. Right, he could go in there and do like some people do in the NFL. They don't know much, but they just pick who has the cooler looking helmet. Lou could be like, who has the cooler Guernsey?
See, John can testify to this. My first year playing fantasy baseball, I called John. I said, hey, John, I need some advice. I'm kind of middle of the pack. He goes, Brian Roberts. Why is he on the waivers?
Yep.
He won me my championship. Brian Roberts.
I know it killed. It's true. Lou won the whole thing. It's true. These Lou and I have a couple other friends of mine that are like, why don't you ever play fantasy? I'm not. I don't bet. I don't do any of that. I probably would win, but I just don't. I'm not a bettor. I'd like the tipping's fun to me, but I'm not a bettor. I don't get into fantasy, but I'll give advice. I'll be like, what is it? An emeritus. I'm an emeritus. I will.
You're the consigliere.
Yeah, consigliere. Yeah, I will give advice. Yeah, I did it with Froze the other day with the freaking Senators. I told them they're 7-0-3 in their last 10. This is a little while ago. Vegas is the defending champions. Yes, they're the better team. But they have injuries and they've lost 4 in a row because they don't have took the wrong one. I just said if I was betting, I would go with the
You told
Senators.
him.
It's not always
You
about the
told him.
record. It's not always about the record. Injuries play. One team's hot, even if they're bad. One team's hot, especially in hockey. You get a hot goalie. When a goalie gets hot, you could have a mediocre team, but if the other team can't score, you're not going to win. Just like if you have Messier and Yager and Lemieux and Ovechkin, all these guys on the same team, and your goalie blows, you're not winning. You're just not winning.
Oh, Quick did that 1 year for the Lightning. He was just on fire that 1 year. I forgot. I think it was the first one or the second one that they won. But the dude was just on
Oh,
fire.
Vasilevsky, the goalie?
No, Quick. Remember? Oh, that was the year. I think it was like 2-3
It's
years
all about the
ago.
Kings. You said the Lightning, Jonathan Quick.
No, Lightning's Quick. He's out backup goalie, right?
Yeah.
Was he with the Lightning?
He started his career with the Kings. He won 2 cups there. Then he went to the Columbus Blue Jackets, who he never dressed for. Then they traded him to the Vegas Knights, where he got his third ring, even though he wasn't a starter.
Who am I thinking
But he
of?
did. No, you were all right, because Jonathan Quick was on the 8th seeded Los Angeles Kings in 2012. 8th seeded. They beat all the top teams in the West. Then they beat Martin Brodeur and the Devils for the Stanley Cup final. They were the 8th seeded team that barely made the playoffs, beat everybody, and then beat Brodeur and the Devils in 12. And then they beat the Rangers in 2014 in 5, even though there was every game was tight, I think, except for one. So Lundqvist faced double the shots, but Jonathan Quick is the guy you're thinking of. He went on fire, and now he's our backup. So you were right. You were right. You just had the wrong team. That's all. No big deal. You're in the basement, Luke.
I was kidding. He took the words out of my mouth, Jack.
I'm going to blow through a couple of these things here, guys. We will be back on tomorrow at, let me double check the time. I'm pretty sure it's 7 o'clock.
7:30 tomorrow.
Well, you never know when the Lunicorn's popping in, but I'll be on at the start of the game.
I'm popping in tomorrow, guys. I'm popping in tomorrow. I miss you guys. I miss this whole atmosphere.
Tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock, Rangers and the Capitals.
Oh, that's a good game.
Not Capitals, Rangers and the Columbus.
Again?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell was with the home and home. Like we played in Columbus. I'm saying tomorrow we'll beat them. No problem, because that 10-game streak is over. So now we'll beat them.
Yo, John, that jersey you wore the other day was a fire.
Lockport, see you guys tomorrow. Yep, Lockport, very good. Good evening. Footy Tip is free to play, but you can also win some substantial cash. Yeah, they can explain all that. You got to get in the Discord with these guys. What'd you just say, Lou? Jerseys?
I'm gonna get it. Oh, that jersey you wore against the Islanders, amazing.
That's Rock.
Rock, yes.
She got me that. I tell you what, because we always tell her, man, she watches some things, but I always get she knows, like, right on point, like the All-Star baseball game. I got the one.
Yeah, last year.
I got
the black one, the black and the gold one.
I got that. Yeah, it's like is it black? It's like,
I think it's black and gold.
Whatever it is, that one. And then she got me the one from last year, American with the Yankee and Judge on the back. And then she got me the Stadium Series one for Valentine's Day. What a Valentine's Day.
Worst baseball All-Star jerseys.
It was the one
Colorado. I think it was Colorado. Wasn't it Colorado?
I think one of them had a multicolored one that was awful. It's almost similar to what the Padres wear occasionally. It's awful.
No, the Colorado one, I think, was the worst. It was like Space Stars or something like that. They were trying to do.
I forgot about. No, that was Houston.
Houston, okay, that was Houston.
They had the stars, the rocket ships, and all these weird. Yeah, that was terrible. Bruin, take it easy, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Tony, ciao. Tony, you're gonna keep watching that Prince video. I know you are, Tony, because it's addictive, man. That solo is crazy. I know you're gonna keep watching it.
Johnny, real quick, military guy, the Marine. Has he checked in anytime soon?
No one's heard from him yet, Mr. Marine. He was like one of my first 12 subscribers.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah,
he's like the OG of OGs.
Yes, I remember him. See, I remember him.
He has he's had some heart surgeries, man. All right, Bond, have a good one, everybody. We're out of here, man. I'll be Lou, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I want to get you in the Discord.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's in that Discord, man. They're always dropping.
Good night to the dweller. We out.
All right, guys. We'll see you all later. Lou, I'll call you tomorrow. Not tonight, tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
You know my old